So we're ready for play with the news. New York, they have won the toss, and why not? They have sent out Mark Dial, they've sent out Sachin Singh. And two players who got them to almost a double 115 overs. Welcome back, Ivor Henry with the news. New York have won the toss and they've elected to bat.
Yes, 198th partnership between these two. When we last saw them yesterday, they're at it again.
Yeah, Darren Powell given the ball, a man who's played at the international level. A couple of good balls for him. And we talked about that big partnership, 190 plus in a 15-over game right in the stadium last night. And we come down to the Dallas Smashers taking on the New York Yorkers, looking for points, both teams. And that's a lovely drive. Mark Dial at his best. And look at that, goes away for 4.
All class, my word. The guy is a guy in form. He started yesterday to wheel the willow, and he continues today on the sunlight, bright skies here in the beautiful city of Lauderhill. So last night he scored a century under lights, and today he has the natural sunlight. Let's see if it would make a difference. But he starts with a beautiful looking 4 into the offside. Now they're going to be making changes. Cover sweeper is in place, and now the deep mid wicket comes off the boundary, and he's in the forward square position.
Oh, pulled away on the onside, and look at that. First 6 of the match, and it comes off the bat of Mark Dial, gone for 6.
So Powell has been leaking runs, have been amongst the wicket early in his first 2 matches, and he found wanted after that. But he took 2 brilliant catches yesterday. The highlight of the tournament here for him. 2 beautiful catches.
So 6 and a 4 off the bat of Mark Dial, and essentially Ivor Henry, both, well, in fact, Mark Dial seems to have picked up where he left off. And it was just hours ago, well into the night here at Central Broward Stadium, that he cashed in one of 5 centurions in this series.
It was a beautiful knock. Good to see. I'm sure you'll see it on the YouTube and on the Map TV.
Oh, he's gone. So Mark Dial is taken out by Darren Powell, and he strikes quite early. New York, they're batting at 11 for 1.
And I said that he's had the knack of getting early wickets. He started in his first couple of matches to get early wickets, then he fell away, and here he comes back now. So Dial found on the back foot, and the umpire judged him LBW. So he goes back, a dejected man. So the first wicket goes with all the ones on the board. It's not the Nelson, by the way. It's 11 for 1. That's how the cookie crumbles. Lightning does not strike twice in the same place. That's what they said. Why? So now someone else has got to do the lifting. Mark did it last night alongside Sachin Singh.
So Christopher Van Tull comes to the middle, and he comes in quite early here. We're still in the first over. They've gone 11. We've seen a quick 10 from Mark Dial, but he's back in the shade. And Darren Powell, who has played some 97 matches for the West Indies, spread across Test, One Day, and T20 International, has taken out Mark Dial, who we were just talking about. Got 100 last night. And speaking of 100, we saw Hussain Bukhari getting 105 against the Chicago Catchers. And so Christopher Van Tull gets ready to face Darren Powell. Couple of slips in place. Ball played into the onside. He's off the mark and running. And after the first over, it's 12 for the loss of Mark Dial.
Ominous looking clouds about, but we're hoping to get to the day's play uninterrupted. It's just 2 matches, so this is the second match of the day and last match of the day. And I was saying that Darren Powell has picked up 2 big fish in this tournament. Wisman Chima has gone to his name, and the most recent one being Mark Dial, another big fish. So he got 2 centurions to go home and or to write home about. But we're gonna have a bowling change.
So Brian Gale, it appears, has been given the ball. Got a 4-for in his last match. Ivor Henry. And so off spin here to Van Tull. Van Tull and Sachin Singh now in the middle. And with the departure of Mark Dial, you get the feeling that the likes of Christopher Van Tull, who's out in the middle, and the others to come will have chance. A longer version of the game today. Last night we saw them playing a 15 overs aside, and they're celebrating. And not moved is umpire Charlie Javid.
Well, they've started with spin from this end, pace in Powell. Well, excessive appeal is not allowed. The umpire says no. Square leg's not going to override the standing umpire. What are we doing? We're on the big stage. Can't send it upstairs. It's one you definitely can't send upstairs. So the answer was no in the beginning, and it remains no. So, Mr. Brian Gale, you thought your first ball up is going to be in the wicket column. We have to get on with it. Umpires, let's get a move on. Just talk to your captain and said, do something. We're ready to play.
Yeah, we saw Brian Gale. Might have been yesterday. He got 4 for 36. So he's been among one of those big haul we talked about. A lot of 4 wickets haul.
One bowler getting 2. Now, this is the drop catch, I would imagine. From the look of things and from the look on the reaction of Brian Gale, I think Anderson must have bubbled that one. There it is, second attempt at it.
So Van Tull into the offside. We haven't seen much of Sachin Singh. But then again, we're just into the first 9 balls of this contest. Barnwell winning the toss, electing to bat. Gone pretty quickly in the first over. Oh, that's a good-looking shot from Christopher Van Tull. And it goes 1 bounce. Good release shot for him. And he picks up a boundary.
Yeah, he gets off the mark. A release shot, yes, like you said. And that should give him a world of confidence. He had 2 appeals going up against him. The very first one, it took some time. And second one, from our advantage point, got a neck. And on the second attempt, the keeper could not hold on.
So that's a lovely shot again from Van Tull. But can't score this time. Fielder runs around. And so this has been still a very good over from Brian Gale. A couple of appeals, as you made mention. And we talked about 4 for 36 just yesterday. And so he's come in and bowled an over that has only gone for 4. And a play and a miss. So the second over comes to a close. It's 16 for 1.
But I'm sure it's going to be Darren Powell with a wicket under his belt. Confidence is sky high to continue from the far end. For the better part, he's been bowling his overs from the southern end, and sometimes bowled free and then leave the last one for the last, and then he's been carted out of the park, and that last one over that he's leaving.
So Powell will come into bowl to Sachin Singh. Sliding down the leg side, called the wide.
Yeah, it would have been a good delivery to the right-hander. Touchdown and still going further away. Nice take there by Anderson.
Yeah, it's going to get interesting should the Smashers win here in this game. Then essentially you'll take 3 teams, will go up to 4 points. Saw the Eagles minutes ago cracked into the offside. Protection is out in the deep, and only a single is allowed here for Sachin Singh. But Ivan Henry, we saw the Eagles going up to 4 points. New York comes into this match with 4 points. Smashers, they are on 2. If Smashers win here, then it becomes a 3-way tie. In terms of points, there's no tie on the points table because of the net run rate calculation. But in terms of points, 3 teams will be on the same points. And that will be decided, of course, by the net run rate calculations. Vantal on strike. Here is Powell. And that's a good delivery into the offside. Running quickly, and they make it in the end. 19 for 1.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Keeping it interesting. If the Smashers can get this one, we'll have to go around the table to do some math.
And if New York wins, well, it becomes what we predicted. 2 and 3 will be held by Chicago Catchers and New York. And 1 and 4 will be Lions and Eagles. Cut away, lovely shot. Protection out in the deep. And you've got to say that man is nicely placed there. We've seen a couple of cut shots from Sachin Singh, but the blocker is out there.
Deep point, yep. And he's cheating between point and cover. But he has got some running to do. It's a long way, it's a long boundary. It's about a 70-yard boundary.
Yeah, into the offside. Running is not good. Oh, terrible throw from what was a little bit of misunderstanding between Sachin Singh and Christopher Vantal. We'll take a look.
He had all 3 sticks to aim at, and he missed. We've seen a couple of hits from one stump, but this time he missed. He aimed, fired, and missed.
So 21 for the loss of 1. Sachin Singh on strike. We've seen a couple of offside shots blocked up by the man at deep point. Now turned into the onside. Wow, some good fielding here. Some good field placement, I've got to say. Wherever the balls are played, there's somebody there.
Yes, but where's Van Tool going? That was his call, though. It's behind him, and the batter wisely did not respond. I mean, that's poor cricket, poor running, because normally the batter would respond behind him, but it's a good thing he didn't.
So Darren Powell has bowled a very good over so far. He's only conceded 5. The first over went for 12, picked up the wicket, Mark Dial. And you've got to say that run-saving position there. And now he has made some changes. He's pushed the fine leg wide back, and he's brought in that man who has saved a couple of boundaries. Can't understand this one.
I think they're trying to get him probably on strike, so they're going to bowl it around the legs because they pushed back the fine leg. He was up in the circle, they pushed him back. So maybe they're going to give a single.
So they've got a third man to the fence. Here is Powell. Oh, that's a good delivery. Good pacey ball. And in the end, look at that. They go through for what could be a leg by. Maybe a chance for another leg by. So the third over comes to a close. It's 22 for 1.
So if that was a ploy and they wanted a single of the last ball, to keep him on strike, it worked.
So 3 gone.
Like you say, the positioning. So Brian Gale to continue from the southern end, and single goes into the scorer's book as this one was played into the offside.
Yeah, Brian Gale. Brian Gale has been good. 23 for 1. Van Tol on strike. And he gets a very good delivery. Brian Gale has, since yesterday, he's been on top.
Yeah, with a 4-4 to show by his name, and bowling in the power play and starting with spin. That's a lot of confidence with dispatches.
Oh, big shot from Van Tol straight down the ground. 1 bounce. And that has gone away for 4.
And that's why they try to keep him off strike. They really work to get him off strike because it seems as if he's anxious to get down at the striker's end. We saw a poor decision when we were trying to run up in the fine leg, trying to get on strike. And that should be an indicator that he wants to wheel the willow, especially in the power play.
So Van Tol, oh my goodness, cutting and cutting well. 4 runs written all over that one. No man move.
Yes, Gale saw him coming and he dipped it down outside the off stump. There was a double bluff and he just guided it. Proper cricketing shot. You know I like to see those.
It's a lovely shot. We've really seen some traditional offside cuts and drives in this tournament, and that one was a classy looking one from Van Tol. You made mention that he was coming down to play straight and made that adjustment pretty quickly, allowing the pace of the ball to do some of the work. And that's a lovely execution of a shot. And now he gets an edge and he will run away. And as they say, it doesn't care how it comes, it's how many.
Yep, I always say attack with a slip early because you have to have no more than 2 fielders outside of the circle. So what are you going to do with those other 5 that are in the circle? You can make one a slip. The ball can't go to everything, to every place on the field. Slip is a catching position. Look at that. Down first the throat.
Yeah, you're right on that. How many balls we haven't seen gone through the slip area? 35 for 1. Gale has gone for 13 in this over. More runs here for Christopher Van Tol. And look at that. Rolls away towards the mid-wicket area. 4 more runs for Christopher Van Tol.
The captains have to see these things. You see, I used to captain team. I'm not bragging about myself. But I realized that Van Tol wants to get on strike. You remember that one turn around the corner? It was a suicidal one. He called for it. Wisely, the batter said no, which he just responded. That's an indication that he wants to be on strike. He wants to get on strike. So keep him away from the strike. I thought the last over with the field changing, like you just said, bringing in the boundary right at the square point, was to keep him off strike. And what happened? They allowed him to get on strike. And what did he do? Showed us some classy shots.
So yeah, 4 fours in that over. We've seen 5 fours off the bat of Van Tol. And Sachin Singh has been a mere spectator so far. So he looked like Sishu will be the man given the ball. We'll confirm with our scorer, who has had a lot of work to do, juggling so many players' names, so many jerseys, number. And it's not easy scoring in these competitions. Ivor Henry, sometimes a player will give you their shirt number, but just during the course of when the paper is handed in, he decides to change his shirt, and then we are all lost as to who is really bowling here.
Yes, well, let's go ahead and say good afternoon to Vinod Manchan. He is at the grounds. His son is playing in this match as well. So, good family support from mom and dad. Always good to see.
So Sishu Nimalapuri given the ball here. Another seam bowler replacing Darren Powell. Darren Powell, 2 overs, no min, 1 for 17. Picked up the only wicket so far. And Sachin Singh, murderous roll. This one pulled and pulled well, gone the distance. And that's a massive 6 off the bat of Sachin Singh. Force ball here from Sishu.
Yes, New York is trying to make sure that they need no help from any other. They're trying to win this one. A win here would put them probably in second position in terms of net run rate, I would imagine. And all because that first match from the defending champion, Chicago, they were rolled over for 93 from the Roaring Lions. And I think the calculation may have warped somewhere along the line just because of that inning.
Yeah, that's one of the things that the teams in this fixture will have to be wary about. As Sachin Singh settles and waits. And Sishu, better ball, can't score this time. Vantal wants a single, no, says Sachin. And that's one of the things in this fixture here, irrespective of who wins. For example, if the New York team loses here, they'll have to lose with their net run rate still a healthy one, just in case. When the team's tied, you'll still be able to get past a team with your same amounts of points because you have a healthier run rate.
Net run rate, yes, indeed.
Oh, Sachin gets into the offside. Fielder comes in, has a little bit play on the ball. He picks up a couple of runs, not in full control, but this is the power play session, and the batsmen are more inclined to go for 1 or 2 risky shots.
Yes, but you know what's Cardinal sin is? When they hit into the direction of the 2 fielders that are stationed outside of the 30-yard circle, that's when I get irritated. Because there's a lot of acreage, so that was a good shot. Even though it didn't get a hold of it, it was away from the point fielder and the 3rd man.
So Sachin is on 12. And a ball outside the off stump from Sishu. Sishu has gone for 8 in this over so far. He replaces Darren Powell, who gave them a very good start. Ivor Henry picked up the big wicket of Mark Dial, and we saw quite an exciting first over. We saw 6 and a 4 off the bat of Mark Dial. And then, of course, Darren Powell had the last laugh when he pinned Mark Dial. 47 for 1. Vantal has come out. He's played a few shots already. Sachin Singh has picked up where he left off. And Barnwell winning the toss, opting to bat first. And why not? Oh, can't bowl there. Full toss, hammered over the onside. Gone long on and gone for 6.
Oh, meat and drink here for him. I can see we have lost the sunshine, Lenny, but 6s are being raining here, but we hope that the rain stays away.
So the 50 comes up, and we're in the 5th over. And so this is a very good power play output from the New Yorkers, who have won the toss and elected to bat, led by Christopher Barnwell.
Yes, they're marching on. We want to say good afternoon to all of the viewers of this U.S. Open, and they're coming to you live from the Broward County Stadium in the beautiful city of Lauderhill. Again, welcome all viewers to the MAC TV and to Caribbean Global Voices. We're just going to have the 2 matches today, so you're going to get a good evening and an early evening, Lenny. Well deserved.
And that is because we're getting ready for the grand semi-finals tomorrow, same time, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And from all that we have been saying, not too sure which one will come first, but the Lions top of the table. One will play for. This one slashed away. Sachin picks up another boundary. The fifth over comes to a close. It's 57 for 1.
Which indeed is the latest score here at the Broward County Stadium.
So the action will continue. And Brian Gale, he's really been steady. First over went for 4, second over went for 17. Posed some problems earlier on for Christopher Vantel. But Vantel came back and we saw a flurry of boundaries in the last over. Yeah, good delivery, well placed into the offside and brings the left-hander Sachin Singh for the first time. I want to think Ifer Henry, his first ball he's facing on this end. We'll take a look at that. Yes, he's taking guard. We saw Sachin Singh just last night, got a well-placed 79. We talked about that big stand. And we also talked about that if that's not a record at the US Open in 15 overs, well, I want to see that record.
Yeah, that's a record. I've been here for all of them. I've never seen no opening partnership for no 198. And like I said, you forgot to say it's not just 79. 79 not out. Very important, because he'll chastise you for that. Say, I came out in your days and my days, came out bat in hand.
So Brian Gale, the off spinner to the left-hander, and cut away in front of the fielder, and not carrying.
Yeah, he's in the 45 in the offside. It's one bounce. And we have this 45 on the leg side as well, known as fine leg up in the circle. These guys has gone as a good clip. This is the last over of the power play.
So Brian Gale, Singh is looking to sweep down the leg side. Couple of good balls here for Brian Gale. And in fact, we've seen 3 good balls, 1 and 2 dots.
Yeah, he was carted over the park in the last over by Christopher Vantel. But he's off the strike.
Yeah, cut away into the offside. And it's always lovely to watch. They say the left-handers, when they play these off shots, it looks prettier than a right-hander.
How glorious. I hate to admit it because I'm a right-hander. But but when a Brian Lauer plays an off drive, man, easy on the eyes, glorious.
Yeah, look at Brian Gale. He's really been steady. We saw an over that went for 17, but other than that, that's not typical of him. And we've seen a single, we've seen 4 dots. Final ball coming up, only a single off this over. And he's bowling to a man in form, Sachin Singh. Yeah, good delivery. What an over we've seen from Brian Gale, only 1 off it. And so this power play sessions are done. 6 gone is 58 for 1.
Is this correct? Yeah, no, but what's the power play? 58.
There's no 6, there's no 2 in this over. Make note of that. I think the problem has come back.
They were dots, right?
They were all dots. So there's a 6 and a 2. So 58 for 1 at the end of the power play. What you make of that?
It was a beautiful power play, and these two batters got into the act. They're both into the 20s, and it didn't deter them that they lost the inform batter,
Mark Dial.
Mark Dial. So an early wicket, Powell was all cock-a-boot. He was up and like a spring chicken to get the big fish. But these two has carried on and has taken it to 58 for the loss of 1 wicket in the power play. So a platform has been set. They now have got to carry on.
So Azaz Yusuf Zai has been given the ball and cut away into the offside. And at this juncture of the game, when the power play period has ended, Ivor Henry, a lot more protection for the bowlers.
Yes, you can have no more than 5 fielders outside of the circle. They've used them up. And now the left-hander comes in. It's square leg, mid-wicket, long on, long off, cover sweeper. The sweeper now coming closer to point.
So Azaz, he's been given the ball here. He replaces Sishu. We saw an over from Sishu that went for 18. And so a lot of spin here as Yusuf Zai. And this one is looking to go big. Well bowled.
So we have 2 square boundary riders. One on the off, one on the leg.
Yeah, we've seen good spin bowling from Brian Gale. 3 overs, no made, none for 22. And now I want to think that the captain has been encouraged that, well, let's bowl more of the slow stuff. And so Azaz given the ball.
So singles are being afforded everywhere. 4 fielders are in the offside, but they all are on the 30-yard circle. So they're giving up a single. No one to be in the line of the...
Yeah, swung away from Sachin Singh. Beats that huge gap by the fielder at forward a square and the man a square leg. And that's gone away for another boundary.
Yes, I think that the square leg, I think he can come a little more forward. He should be in the forward square. This is not a really pacey bowler. So he's too much backward. I think he ought to be going further to his right.
So big gap there, even if Ivor Henry, even if you're spreading the man towards the deep areas, look at that gap, which we saw Sachin was able to beat. And there's a huge gap forward the square mid-wicket, and the man at square leg, and Sachin Singh was able to pierce that gap. Azaz down the ground to mid-off, goes over the fielder's head. And another 6, and this time off the bat of Sachin Singh.
Yeah, for a moment, the long off fielder thought he was in business. His eyes lit up, his hands began to go up for the catch, but it was well struck, well over his head. Another US Open Premium Maximum.
So we talked about a big 79 from Sachin Singh, undefeated. And we've seen 11 off this over from Azaz. Down the leg side, can't bowl there. And another boundary. And this time, Sachin Singh, recipient of a ball sliding down the leg side. Poor delivery. And he helps himself with another boundary.
You said it right. A poor delivery, badly lined. There's no one in the long leg or fine leg area. And he just had to get a touch on it. Started wrong, ended right for the batter.
Yeah, look at that. Just helping the ball on its way. And we talked about behind the keepers, always not so many protection. Hence, you see a lot of ramp and scoop shots invented by batsmen. They want to target that area. Azaz ends with a single, but perhaps enough damage was done. 16 off that over. And so after 7 is 74 for 1.
Can we do it?
So 74 for the loss of 1. We've seen 7 overs sent down. Brian Gale will continue. We've got a change in commentator Faisal Iqbal, former test player, comes into the box. Welcome, Faisal.
Thank you, Lenny. And hello to all the viewers.
So Brian Gale will finish up here. 3 overs, no mean none for 22. How important these days are off spinner to left-hander. Good delivery, good start.
As he darted the ball into the batter. It's a bit limping.
Yeah, we saw a big knock from Mark Dial and Sachin Singh, and as in the case of Sachin Singh, still undefeated, so he's been batting for some time. Still can't get him out, spread across 2 teams.
Yes, these two ripped us apart last night. I was the one going through with all the pain in the field.
Yeah, it was such a quick game, 15 overs aside, and you get the feeling that the New York team really needed a lift in confidence yesterday, because remember the day before they lost probably a heartbreaker to the catchers, so they needed to have an upliftment, which they did, and here they are looking for more points. Sachin Singh cut into the offside, and he continues to bat well.
Yeah, he's carrying on his great form since last night. And Christopher is building a nice partnership around him.
Yeah, Van Tull in one of the overs from Brian Gale struck him for 3 fours. He's been out of strike. Top edge into the offside. Fielder will come in, takes an easy catch, well judged, and Van Tull falls.
Yeah, it was nowhere close to the ball. It looks like he just played the shot, but with not proper elevation.
Yeah, hitting against the spin. Faisal, when you come down to those off spinners, you got to target the onside. Playing with the spin, with the leg spinner, you come and you try to go on the offside. But he loses his wicket. Good, excellent catch. And it's 77 for the loss of 2.
Yes, he was trying to hit above the extra cover or long off, but ended up topping edge towards the extra cover. Good ball from Brian. He saw him coming. .77 for 2 after 7.4. The current run rate is 10.4 at the moment.
Yeah, we talked about Brian Gale, how steady he has been. And it's only a day ago he picked up 4 for 36, so he's been among the wickets. And he bowled the first over that only conceded 4 runs when the top batters were out in the middle. So he has been really on the mark as Anirban Majumdar comes to the middle. And he comes in here with 74 balls at their disposal still.
Yes, the new batsman. Anirban. They are with a good start, the New Yorkers. They just lost 2 wickets.
Yeah, their power play ended with 58 for 1. And anytime you can get 9 and 10 in the power play session, I think you've set yourself up to get it to 170, 180, 190. Here is Brian Gale to the new man, Anirban. And he gets a good delivery. Final ball for him before he ends his spell. And you know he will be missed.
Yes. He's bowled well in his quarter of 4 overs with a wicket. Still 1 ball to go.
Yeah, look into the offside. Anirban picks up 1. 8 over comes to a close. That's the end of Brian Gale. And so 8 overs gone is 2 down for 78. So welcome back, 78 for 2. So new man in, Anirban Majumdar. Azaz will continue. We saw in the previous over, gone for quite a few, gone for 16. But Sami Sadiq has shown some faith in him and asking to bowl one more. And Faisal Iqbal, I want to think because we've got a new batter in. Slip in place. And look at that, good delivery, good start.
Yes. He's got the fielder on the boundary. Very unusual field for the right-hander from the bowler.
So Sachin Singh comes back onto strike. We talked about his output last night. Got 79 not out. His partner Mark Dial joins the Centurion Club now with only 5 men, and that's in that little elite crew. Good delivery here from Azaz. Couple of good balls. Not going for fours. You're bowling well.
Yes, the New Yorkers are settling down to build this partnership now with the new batter, with Sachin.
Yeah, you get a feeling that Sachin will have to play a more responsible role. He's been the man in form. Majumdar, they're looking for a couple of runs. Fielder comes in, charges the ball. They'll have to run quickly. Let's look at the throw. A good one, but the batsman safely home. Good shot.
Yes, he played between the gap towards deep point. It's got a slip in place for him, which is very unusual at this stage of the game.
Yeah, Rohan White. Now he brings Rohan White further out. In fact, what? He's going to put him a short, wide third man, maybe a deep gully. That's like when the fast bowlers are bowling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, playing a miss into the glove. Into the glove of Anderson. It's 82 for 2. So Azaz has gone well in this over. He's only conceded 4, a couple of singles and a 2, and coming in to bowl to Majumdar, who's just come to the crease. And he gets a good delivery, good turn. So Sachin Singh comes back onto strike. Toss one by Christopher Barnwell, toss one by New York. And they've opted to bat. They've done well batting first in this series. And if something is not broken, Faisal Iqbal, you don't fix it.
Absolutely.
Punched into the offside. They're running quickly. Will scamper through. And that will complete 9. So 9 gone. It's 84 for 2. Yeah, we talked about the point standing, Faisal Iqbal. And we talked that we talked about if Smashers is gonna win here, it now creates a situation where with 3 teams will be on 4 points. Eagles has 4, New York will remain on 4, and they will go up to 4, and it comes down to the dreaded net run rate.
Absolutely. That's what happened when you play Premier Leagues. It's all about the run rates and the wins in the end. Sometimes I've seen teams not playing well, but their run rate got them through in the playoffs.
So Kevin Daly, spinner given the ball. And we talk about the reliance on spin here by Sami Sadiq. He's only used Sishu. And he's only used former West Indies fast bowler Darren Powell. Other than that, he's relied on the spinners.
Yes, they've got good options of spinners with them, and they're utilizing them really well.
So Kevin Daly, he joins Brian Gale, he joins Azaz as two other spinners to be used. Only two seamers, two fast bowlers we've seen. And in addition, we've seen Azaz, we've seen Brian Gale, and now Kevin Daly. Three spinners. Cut away into the offside, not timed well. And you get the feeling that Sachin seems so confident against the seamers.
Yeah, he likes the seamers. And the opposition knows his strength well. Utilizing the spinners so that he cannot hit big. He likes to hit the paces. Big shots. Struggles on the spinners.
And Faisal, you talked about how good this pitch has played, especially if you get ball that comes onto the bat. And with condition like this, it really sets you up as a batsman who would love seam and fast bowling.
Absolutely. You enjoy yourself as a batter when you had a good track, a tough pitch. And what can get better than playing at Broward County Stadium, International Stadium?
And the fact is, you look at Sachin, and that's one of the good things with this tournament. All the matches are played in the stadium. It's not like years ago when sometimes you get 100 outside of the stadium and the conditions become different. You've got to adjust as a batter. They've played all their games there. Everybody has.
Yes, I remember those days. Playing game outside and then coming back in the stadium for game. Huge difference. Playing different tracks.
So halfway stage, 10 overs gone, 87 for the loss of 2. In fact, one more ball. Didn't we get a wide in that over?
Was a wide.
All right, into the offside, and now that over comes to an end. 88 for 2 at the end of 10. Thought we got a wide in that over, but maybe not.
89 for 2 after 10 overs. New Yorkers won the toss and they elected to bat. Looking for a big target.
Yeah, and we see Anirban and Sachin Sicharan trying to settle in on a partnership. But Sami Sadiq, you made mention, probably knows a thing or two about Sachin Singh and has brought in the spinners and have really restricted his scoring. Azaz will continue.
Yes, Azaz with his left arm spinners.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been one of the top bowlers. In fact, he's been quite steady for this team. And we've also seen Daly. We've also seen Brian Gale. We haven't seen the other off spinner at all, Yuvraj Samra. Haven't seen him on the field. Cut away into the offside. We'll only get one. And so good bowling from Azaz.
Yes, he's into his third over. And can see what the batsmen are looking for, especially Sachin. He knows that he's struggling on spin, keeping him tight.
Oh, he
In the air.
goes.
And out of the park, 6 runs.
Yeah, we were talking about he's been held in shackles for a while, but he does have those big shots. And even this ground full-size international facility can't hold him down. And that's another good-looking shot, gone for 6.
Yes, he didn't bowl well on that occasion. There was no turn. He just bowled straight, right into his strength. Sachin, it was easy pickings for him to hit it on the leg side for 6 runs.
So he's up to 48, make that 49 now. And so essentially, Faisal Iqbal, a man who's cashing in on a second half century in just hours.
Yes. He knows his areas. He's reading the scoreboard as well. So he knows his cricket really well. He knows how to score runs. He knows how to build an innings. Not doing anything sloppy. 32 in 49.
Yeah, and he knows he also got a lot of time. We're just about halfway stage. Up into the offside. Fielder comes in, takes a good catch, and Anirban falls 97 for 3.
Yes, a huge wicket for the Dallas Smashers. Anirban was trying to hit towards the leg side, topped edge. He tried to hit it towards the leg side. The ball pitched on the offside. Not an easy shot to play. Lost his wicket.
So Azaz picks up his first wicket. The wicket of Anirban Majumdar. And he goes. He has left Sachin Singh on 49. And the captain, Christopher Barnwell, trots out to the middle. And we've still got 55 deliveries remaining. 97 for 3.
Change of bowling from the far end.
So Christopher Barnwell comes to the middle. And we know the exploits of Christopher Barnwell, top all-rounder. He comes in here. And within the last couple of games, we saw 2 nights ago, got run out. Didn't bat last night because we saw a dominating display from the openers. And Faisal Iqbal, whether he's going to be a little bit with rust, we'll have to wait and see. 11 gone, 97 for 3.
Yes, after 11 overs, New Yorkers are suddenly, the run-making process has been slowed down. Sachin needs Christopher to play a captain's knock from the other end. Some big shots can relieve a bit of pressure on Sachin. He's facing Daly from the pavilion end now. 5 fielders on the offside. 3 boundary riders on the leg side with a short fine leg.
So 49 for Sachin Singh. Gets a good delivery.
Yes, a dot ball. Start with.
Yeah, look at that. So Sachin Singh, successive 50s for him in 2 matches. Well played.
Yes, a great player. Good potential youngster. Hope people watching this on Mac TV can recruit this young batter, as Mac TV and US Open platforms have sent many youngsters playing leagues all around. Prime example, Ali Khan picked up here for the Knight Riders. It's CPL.
Christopher Barnwell. Second ball he's faced, and he's gone big. Gone for a maximum. And that's a lovely strike from Christopher Barnwell.
Yes, that was stand and delivered. He just scoops so easily.
Yeah, that's one of the hallmark of Christopher Barnwell. I've seen him in New York a lot of time. Of course, he comes out of Guyana. And he hits straight. If he bats here long, watch for long off, long on, clearing them with ease. Good comeback delivery from Kevin Daly. He's gone for 7 and 4 balls. Not bad, but Christopher Barnwell has taken him out of the park. He goes big again in the region of the fielder. And straight down the throat of the fielder. Barnwell goes 104 for 4.
Yes. Good catch taken by Powell. Saw the ball, was not into his slot. Bowled really well, Kevin. And Christopher didn't get enough elevation and the muscle behind the ball to send it out of the park, straight into the fielder's hand. 104 for 4 now in 11.5 overs. New Yorkers struggling.
Yeah, the spinners have really come to the fore. And of the 4 wickets that have fallen so far, only Darren Powell has picked up 1. Otherwise than that, the spinners have accounted for 3. And Barnwell, the latest casualty, he's gone. And it looks like Shamar Yearwood. We'll confirm that if he has come to the middle. Yes, Shamar Yearwood. He comes to the middle. We saw the other night. Yearwood got a well-played 76. Almost brought them home. And so now he comes out at 4 down for 104 on the board.
New batter in Shamre. Shamar.
Yeah, Shamar Yearwood.
Shamar Yearwood. Another left-hander. They got quite a bit of left-handers in their squad.
Yeah, we've seen the 2 openers, so that's 2. And now Shamar Yearwood. And I want to think Liam is left-handed too. Imran Khan, no, he bats right. And yeah, Dexter Sween, he's right-handed. So yeah, 4 left-handers.
That's a lot in the playing 11.
That's a lot, yes. Well, your
But
2
yeah.
openers, and definitely 2 left-handers.
Yes, it gives a good combination in the squad when you have the left-handers as a batters and the left-handers, left-armers in your bowling armory.
Yeah, defended into the offside. The scamper 1. This has been a very good over. An over that has only gone for 8. Picked up the wicket of Barnwell. So 12 gone. It's 105 for 4.
If you want luxury but desire smart investments, then let Mac Group guide your property journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in property, Mac Group has you covered. Worldwide, we offer a range of services tailored just for you. Looking for your next home, business, or want to investment? Our residential and commercial investment, we ensure you find the perfect profitable business or property. Our off-plan properties and expert market analysis promise lucrative opportunities. And for property owners, our management services handle everything so you don't have to. With Mac Group, you're not just getting a service, you're gaining a partner dedicated to your success. Trust, transparency, and a seamless experience from start to finish. Ready to begin your property journey? Visit us at www.macgroup.com and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
So the cricket will continue. And Faisal Iqbal, we were talking about how it looks like Sami Sadiq, the captain, has read the game pretty well. And he's brought on the spinners. And Yuvraj Samra, we were just asking about him. Perhaps 5 minutes ago, where is he? And now he's come into the attack. And this is going to be a very good matchup, bowling to the left-hander in Shamar Yearwood.
Yes, a change of bowling from the far end.
Yeah, good shot into the deep from Shamar Yearwood. And Faisal Iqbal, I'm going to ask you a question. Having played international level, you've played against almost all the full nation back then when you played. There's always the feeling that the West Indians have always been lover of fast bowling, especially their batters. And is that a cultural thing as we watch? And we have already seen The attacking intent. Oh my goodness, I think Sachin Singh has edged this one into the glove. And another wicket falls, 106 for 5.
Yes, a good captaincy from Sami. He sees that there's left-handed batsman there. He's keeping his offies on. The off spinner, not easy to hit. Went for the big one, missed and edged into the gloves of keeper. 106 for 5 now. New Yorkers struggling after a great start. Not building enough partnership. Must give credit to the Dallas Smashers, bowling really well and putting the pressure on the New Yorkers.
Yeah, Javon Seals goes out to the middle. You see the huddle there, very tight. And that's the confidence that they know that bowling slow seems to be working. But just come back to the question I was beginning to ask you, is that culturally, first of all, at the international level, the West Indian batsmen have always played with flair, flamboyancy. They call them the Calypso cricketers. And it's a cultural thing. And we're seeing in this game, the ability to bowl slow, it has now dried up the runs, and you're picking up wickets.
Yes, absolutely. Throughout the years, historically, as you mentioned, the players from the Caribbean always love pace and bounce. And, you know, there were some great cricketers I've played against with from the Caribbean, like Carl Hooper was a very good player of spin bowling, and Sir Viv and many other players. They Brian Charles Lara, Shivran Chandapal. There have been many who are good players of spin bowling, but when you take an average out and when you are going to play against them, and as a captain, I remember I toured West Indies with the Pakistan 8C, and I remember we carried 4 to 5 spinners with us. So it gives you a mindset of an area where you can trap them.
So Javon Seals comes in, and first ball he sees, he takes him towards the stadium.
Yes, out of the park, the big man. He saw the opportunity from the offie. Easy pickings for him.
Yeah, you're right on that. In your playing days, the only thing that could stop the West Indian were very top-class spin. Abdul Qadir, remember? I remember as a little boy when he came to Guyana back in 1988. I saw that series because I was part of the Georgetown Cricket Club border. So we, as small boys, we used to go and bowl the players. Wasim Akram, he was on his first West Indies tour, young man. Team captain, of course, by Imran Khan, including Mudassar. Mudassar played his last series there. Abdul Qadir was there.
Javed Miandad.
Yeah, Javed Miandad. In fact, Javed Miandad got a back-to-back 100. The last of the ODI were played in Guyana, and they stayed around to play the test. He got a 100 in the ODI. Last ball, he hit Walsh for 4, got 100, and also got 100 in the test match, along with Ijaz Ahmed in second innings.
I remember that history. You know, it's been repeatedly told in the Pakistan cricket history many times, because that tour was the testing times for the Pakistan team, how they play in the Caribbean against the mighty West Indians, and winning that and scoring runs against those dangerous pacers, bowlers, and bouncy pitches.
Patrick Patterson was in that series. Ian Bishop was in that series, and I want to think that Ambrose made his debut in that Pakistan series.
Yes, and I remember reading that in the newspapers as a kid, and while growing up, every time when there's a history of Pakistan cricket wins abroad, that tour of West Indies has been highlighted as one of the top that changed the dynamics of Pakistan cricket towards the next level, and the belief they got after winning in the Caribbean that they can do it in future as well.
Yes.
Huge credit to Javed Miandad leading the batting with the youngsters around him and some seniors.
Yeah, the youngsters was Ijaz Ahmed was on that tour. I saw in the first class game, and folks, you're not missing any cricket. We have getting a ball replaced, so a chance for us to reminisce on some test match cricket days back in the West Indies. But I remember in the first class game leading up to the test, that was always common in back in those days. Shoaib Ahmed, Shoaib Mohammed, got a double hundred, 205 in the side games. And he couldn't crack that team because, like I mentioned, Mudassar was still there. Ramiz was there. Those were the openers. And the middle orders was like Javed, Shoaib, Ijaz Ahmed was pretty young. And the side included bowlers like Abdul Qadir, Imran Khan was there. They took a short guy, Hafiz Shaheed, on that tour. They probably wanted to get like a Malcolm Marshall. His stint was quite brief. Yeah, but I remember that tour pretty well. Saw all the games. Samra will continue. And that is because Javan Seals has struck a ball that may have gone under the stadium and is always difficult to get. And Faisal Iqbal, the balls have a way of just getting themselves lost. You can never find them.
Yes, absolutely.
The unexpected areas. They'll go up in the tree and never come down.
Yes, you're absolutely right. When they go out of the park, they stay out of the park.
They don't want to be beaten anymore.
Well, while we were speaking about Javed Miandad, there was a news yesterday in the media that he's not well.
By the way, I meant to ask you, and I'm doing it on live. Are you related to me and that?
Yeah, I'm his nephew.
Oh, good.
And we got some test cricket in our genes. Carried on.
I got to tell you, I mean, I grew up in the days of Zahir Abbas and Harun Rashid and those two players. But Javed, Harun Rashid, Zahir Abbas, Javed Miandad, hands down. The argument ends there.
Yeah, he really elevated the Pakistan cricket in that decade, moving it towards carrying Pakistan batting for 2 decades to the next level, leaving a legacy of moving it forward from there. And after that, the likes of Inzamam and all those youngsters who came through around him, batted around him, played around him under his captaincy, carried on in the 90s to be the invincible sides.
Yeah, we saw Inzaman, Basit Ali was pretty good. And then, of course, Misbah and the others. But, two players I have admired of putting a huge price on their wicket, Javed Miandad and Steve Waugh. If you drop Javed Miandad and Steve Waugh, they not only make 100, they make a double 100 on you.
Absolutely, and that's what I've heard from the Caribbean players, the Australians, the English. Everybody in that era, all those players, when I hear them on telly talking about Pakistan cricket, they starts from Javed and then it just wouldn't get stopped.
Oh, that's a lovely punch. Through the offside, we get back with the cricket on hand here. And Shamar Yearwood, it doesn't get better than that. 4 runs.
Yes, a great shot from the offside. He saw the ball. He's got width. Shot and quick. It was easy pickings for the batter just to time between the gap for 4 runs.
So 76 the other night for Shamar Yearwood. And it's rebuilding stage. We've seen Javon Seals already striking a big, massive shot. Kevin Daly into the onside, running quickly. They want to. And Kevin Daly, very athletic. All these West Indians, that's one of the good things. They're strong and athletic. You got to get some of them on your side, and you're good to go with some other inclusions. 119 for 5.
Yeah, just to finish off with Javed, I was telling about this news in the media yesterday. He's not well, and we wish him all the very best for speedy recovery. All his fans and the cricketing world.
Yeah, I remember, might have been 2009, 2010, around that area. He came here at one of the US Open.
Yes, that was the first US Open. Even I came.
Yeah.
Along with the other big legends from India and West Indies.
So paddle away into the onside as we talk. Some serious memory here, but this one goes away from 4 from Javon Seals. Good looking shot.
Yeah, he saw the ball on the leg side. He didn't miss the opportunity to put it out to the boundary. The bottles are just wondering about Javon that he might hit big, but he's cleverly playing, improvising on the leg side between the two fielders.
Yeah, lovely shot that has become so popular in T20 cricket. Batters are looking for open spaces. A lovely shot, 123.45. Here is Kevin Daly. Ball cracked into the offside. And I remember when Javed came here that time, also we used to have Mansoor. Mansoor used to be around here. I haven't seen him in a long time. And ball into the offside. Can't score. Kevin Daly. And we've seen Sami Sadiq has really flooded this bowling attack with the slow stuff. So far, very effective.
Yes, the ball is coming nicely onto the bat, but if you turn it, you see a little bit of turn there as well. So that is why the captain is just trying to keep it slow, so there won't be big hits, because Shamar, as a well-reputed big hitter of the ball.
So 14 gone, it's 124 for 5.
If you want luxury but desire smart investments, then let Mac Group guide your property journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in property, Mac Group has you covered. Worldwide, we offer a range of services tailored just for you. Looking for your next home, business, or want to investment? Our residential and commercial investment, we ensure you find the perfect profitable business or property. Our off-plan properties and expert market analysis promise lucrative opportunities. And for property owners, our management services handle everything so you don't have to. With Mac Group, you're not just getting a service, you're gaining a partner dedicated to your success. Trust, transparency, and a seamless experience from start to finish. Ready to begin your property journey? Visit us at www.macgroup.com and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
Has a long time to wait for it, and he finally takes the catch. Javon Seals is gone, 124 for 6.
Yes, the strategy is working for keeping the spinner. Daly. Beautiful catch was taken. He was trying to hit it towards the leg side as his reputation as a big hitter, but top-edged in the ring. Good catch taken by the fielder. Added pressure on the New Yorkers now.
Yeah, not a wicket for the off spinner, not a wicket for the spinner. You get the feeling that they have really found the dislikes of this Yorkers team.
Yes, the confidence of Dallas Smashers is growing after every wicket. New batter in Imran.
Yeah, Imran Khan, he comes in here at number 8, and we'll wait and see who are the other members of the squad.
Was trying to hit towards the leg side. The bowler bowled really well, kept it away of the offside and took a good catch on his own bowling. Clever bowling by the bowler. He knew he's going big on the leg sides. He kept making sure the ball pitch away from him, make it hard to hit on the leg side. Ended up getting his wicket. Good smart bowling by Yuvraj.
Yes, Samra has come in. He's picked up, in fact, he's picked up 2 wickets now. Faisal Iqbal, he's picked up, he's bowling at 2 for 9. Picked up the wicket of Javon Seals just now, and also picked up the important wicket of Sachin Singh, caught behind. So he's been good. And when you look at the Yorkers, they've got 35 balls to work with. They've got to utilize these balls. Can't lose too many wickets. Imran Khan comes to the middle, and so they will have to utilize the remaining 34 balls. Still time for them to get runs. We saw the other night, Shamar Yearwood got into the 70s, played a good hand. He's still out there, but he'll need people to bat around him.
Yes, you always need partnership on the pitch. Right now, both the new batters have to play the remaining 16 overs if they want to put more decent scorecard. They're still doing really well, 125 for 6, but they just kept losing with their wickets.
Yeah, Shamar Yearwood will be the man on strike. Samra will be hoping that the big talk of the matchups of the off spinners bowling to left-hander, better options. And look at that, that's a good delivery. They get a single out in the offside.
Yeah, he's just rotating his strike. Giving it to Imran. Dot balls do build up a lot of pressure. And Shamar has on the leg side for single.
And Faisal Iqbal, we talked about if the Yorkers, if the New York team can win here tonight or this evening, the table is pretty predictable. We talked about between 2 and 3 it will be the catchers and the New York team. And then if the New York team wins here, then Eagles is in for sure. But if Dallas wins here, now three teams will be tied on 4 points. And we'll have to look at the net run rate. Between those 3 teams, New York enjoys the best so far. But they will have to make sure in this game that their net run rate don't take a hit. The 15th over comes to a close. It's 128 for 6.
Can we do it?
Here, and Smashers play good. Remember, Smasher is chasing. If you get the numbers that you got to finish this game in X amount of time. So 15 overs gone, 128 for 6. Kevin Daly will finish up 1 for 22. Good bowling figures. Looking to go big into the onside. We'll only get a single. Good start from Kevin Daly.
Yes, a great start. He bowls really well with these offies. Sometimes it's not easy to bowl the right-handers as an off-spinner, especially in this T20 format. They just want to hit everything off the offies.
Yeah, he's a tall lad. But he keeps it flat. And we come down to 28 balls remaining. Faisal Iqbal, we've only seen 3 overs of pace. 2 from Darren Powell, 1 from Sishu. Other than that, we've seen almost 13 overs now of spin.
Yes, Sami is utilizing his spinners really well. He have read the situation and the pitch really well.
Yeah, can't break free. It's been a long time. We haven't seen a maximum. Might have been since last when Javon Seals struck one into the empty stands. And play was held up because of a replacement ball.
Yes, Imran facing now. Went for the big one with an outside edge towards third man for 4 runs.
Yeah, well, just making the point. We haven't seen a big boundary for a while, but it comes off a slice here from Imran Khan. And goes away for 4, 135 for 6. Again.
Outside edge for another 4 runs to the New Yorkers. Kevin, really unlucky. Just
Yeah.
trying to keep it towards the offside. A good line, but The batter Imran Khan just gave everything. The thick outside edge for 4 runs.
Yeah, 11 off the server, successive fours. Doesn't matter how they come. The scorecard doesn't describe shots. It describes the amount. Look at that, punched into the offside. The captain is in the way. And so 16 gone, Faisal Iqbal. It's 139 for 6. So the action continues. More spin.
Yuvraj in his 3rd over, 2 for 13 previously. Shamar and Imran building up a small partnership here. In the air, a big shot right from the screws for 6 runs out of the park. Shamar, he saw the ball, flighted delivery in his slot. His eyes got lit up.
Yeah, massive shot, gone a long way. Straight as you like, over the black side screen. And look at that, deposited over, gone a long way. That will take some retrieving. And that's a big shot from Shamar Yearwood. Strong lad.
Absolutely. He knows his strength. The 4 more overs left. They have 4 wickets in hand.
Yeah, and 22 balls. You like when you play these games, Faisal Iqbal, and to know that you've got a big man that can strike the ball like we saw a moment ago out to the park.
Yes. Shamar looking good.
It's going to be interesting to see if Sami Sadiq will continue all the way with spin.
Play towards the offside. Sami behind the ball. A slide from Sami. 3 runs taken by the batters.
Yeah, good running. And Faisal Iqbal, twice in 2 games, we've seen batters running 4 on this ground. A very large ground.
Yes, absolutely. Good running between the wickets.
Might have been one of the game that you played.
Yeah, there were too many overthrows in that one. Their fielders had no clue. But they were all in the learning process. The youngsters learning. On the leg side. Just falls short.
Yeah, Imran Khan is playing a very good hand. We saw in the last over a couple of slices that went away for 4. And he's not afraid to take his chance. They got 20 balls left, 6 wicket falls, still some batting to come, and especially those tail enders. They could hit the ball.
In the air and straight to the fielder, who looks in severe pain after taking the catch. Looks like it's Powell. He must have injured his palms or fingers.
Yeah, we saw yesterday Darren Powell took 2 catches down here. And we saw also took the catch to dismiss Christopher Barnwell. And now he's taking another one here to dismiss Shamar Yearwood. So after a time, those leather gets into your hands. Could be painful. It's been a hectic tournament. Teams are playing almost every day. As in the case of your team, you play 2 games one day.
Yes, he saw the ball on the offside. A poor delivery actually, and poorly played by the batter. Shamar went straight to the fielder's hand. Powell, who looked very uncomfortable after taking that simple catch.
So it looks like Fahim Baharami has come to the middle. We'll wait until our official scorers put up that name, but I want to think that's him. Young fast bowler that has been part of this squad in all the games. Yep, Fahim Baharami.
Yes, Fahim Bahrami is a fast bowler for the New Yorkers. 150 for 7 after 17. You see the wicket here. It was a poor ball. Offside the off stump. Full toss. And the batter just played straight into the hands of the cover fielder.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's the right hand of Darren Powell, and that's, of course, he's right-handed, and so that's the hand that he'll need if he's called back to bowl. And not only that, if this team goes on to play more matches, and we're saying if the New York team wins here, then it looks like it will be decided that the Eagles will get in. But if Smashers win here, it opens up a situation in which 3 teams will be on 4 points, and then they will be separated by the net run rate scenarios and calculations.
Yeah, that will be really interesting to see which team might end up losing for not qualifying. Be a huge disappointment, as all of them have played really well.
So it looks like Azaz has been given another spell. And he will bowl his last over here. Faisal Iqbal starts pretty well.
Yes, he's got a change of hand now. Previously he was bowling from the far end. Now he's bowling from the pavilion end. Played towards long off for single.
And I'm wondering also, now that Christopher Barnwell and his men have seen what the spinners have done on this track, they've got some of their own. They've got Imran Khan, who got 5 last night, 5 for 7. They've got Steven Sankar, another right-arm leggy. They've got Mark Dial, an off-spinner.
In the air. Falls short towards the deep long off fielder. The bowler must be looking for a wicket here. Outside edge. Batsman settled for single. Thick outside edge.
Yeah, we come down to 15 balls. Imran Khan and Fahim out in the middle. Imran Khan has played a good hand.
And that's man-canned. And there's man-canned by the bowler. He saw Imran leaving his crease before he delivered. And then it's the second time he got him out. You see the ball, didn't even delivered, and then Imran was miles away from his crease. That is a decent run out.
So Imran Khan falls 153 for 8. Now new man in. Looks like Dexter Sween. In fact, looks like Liam Mamchan will come out to the middle. We were talking about left-handers, and Liam Mamchan is one. And so he comes out here with 14 balls, remaining 153 on the board.
Yes, if you see the ball, he saw Imran walking for a single. Must give credit to the bowler. He was very sharp, reading the situation well. He knew Imran wanted single, wanted to be on the strike. Ended up getting man-canned. Two more deliveries for Izzy. And wicket number 2 for Izzy. Caught behind. Fahim playing it very lazy. There was no feet movement. Was just trying to glide it, ending up catch into the keeper's hand.
Yeah, they are losing wickets quite regularly now, the Yorkers. And we've seen wickets falling at 151, 153, and now 153 again. As the last batter walks to the middle, Fahim is gone. And now, still 13 balls remaining, so still got some balls to play with, but in the meantime, they keep losing wicket. And it's 153 for the loss of 9.
Yes, wickets falling. 8 down. Both new batters now at the crease. Must give credit to Dallas Smashers. They've cramped the New Yorkers after the great start. They put the pressure on them by taking wickets at the regular intervals.
So new man comes in here. In fact, 2 new batters out in the middle. And Azaz is on a hat trick. Well, in fact, no, because that run out, it's not his. And ball punched into the offside. No, says the batter. And that will complete over number 18. So 18 gone, it's 153 for 9.
153 for 9 after 18 overs. Last wicket. The Smashers. Dallas Smashers. Tails up.
This one is nicely guided into the offside, rolls downhill, and away she goes for 4. So that's a lovely shot. You're winding down, 2020 encounter. This time he's pulling out the boom, sweeping, missing. And a dot. Faisal had a chance to walk around the field. And you've been given some great reviews from the curators. And the onlookers, they've seen your match, they've seen your ways around the park.
Yes, welcome back, Iowa, in the com box.
So 2 dots on the trot, started this over with a beautiful 4 outside the off stump, and now he's been kept in check.
And straight ball. Liam Mamchen. Bold. He missed the line. You see Yuvraj in his was 4 wicket. Bowled really well. It was a flighty delivery straight. Just missed the line. Got his wicket. New Yorkers 157 after 10 in 18.4 overs.
So they were bowled out, and that's a cardinal sin. And 20 overs, you're being bowled out, trying to stay on the park. So we have to give it to the bowlers. We've seen some good catching.
You can see the scoreboard here. Sachin Singh scoring 50. And the Dallas Smashers bowlers have chipped in. Yuvraj Sharma got 4 wickets. Zai 2 wickets. And 1 each by Darren Powell, Brian Gale. So it's innings break here. Dallas Smashers needs 158 from 20 overs at 7.90 required run rate. We'll see you after the break.
So we're back with the cricket. 158 is the target. Fahim Baharami has been given the ball and will come into ball to Yuvraj Samra. And welcome back, Ivor Henry. And I told you Samra will have to get off the mark. Last 2 games he's gone for duck and duck.
Oh, so this is the hat-trick ball for Duck. All right, we'll have a look. We'll want to welcome back all the viewers on the MAP TV. This is the last game of the night, so don't you dare go away. Last inning coming up. Trying to get to 158 for the win and to upset the apple cart.
So Fahim, young fast bowler. Ball defended here by Samra, can score, and we talked about Samra is on the dreaded couple of no scores in the last 2 games, so he wants to get off that for sure.
Well, at least he's not going to get a golden duck because he makes sure he covers up as in first-class cricket. But he's still not off the mark, and we are watching to see if he's going to get a hat-trick of ducks. That would not be good for the Smashers.
Yeah, we saw a very good bowling performance from the Smashers. They've dismissed the Yorkers under the 20 overs. So this is his highest score in 2 matches.
Yes, gets off the mark and gets a round of applause. He's coming to the outdoors microphone there for him. So I guess everyone was rooting for him to get off the mark. Had those double zeros. Eyeglasses. Zeros.
Well, I hope he doesn't become a James Bond. 007. If he gets 7, he's James Bond.
James Bond. Good thinking. It's good to be in company with Lenny Archibald here. Ivor Henry alongside him. And folks,
yeah, Rohan White, he's been at the top of the order.
yes, have 150 in this tournament so far. And they say the conclusion is going to be on a Saturday final. Sounds strange, even strange to me and Lenny. We are accustomed to that Sunday, hustling to catch flights and all the good stuff on a Sunday for workers working on a Monday. This time it's going to be on a Saturday.
Yeah, we saw Dallas Smashers bowling 15 overs of spin. We saw 2 overs from Darren Powell. We saw 1 from Sishu. And other than that, they've thrown the ball to all the spinners today, and those have really worked.
Well, good effort by the fielding team, and I have to give it to Skipper Samet. I even seen him in the outfield, sacrificing his body, saving runs for his team, leading from the front in the field.
So this over's gone well for Fahim. He's only conceded 1. Rohan White has come in to strike. And ball into the offside. Knocked on, chance of a run out, and look at that. Rohan White falls. And a great bit of fielding from Javon Seals. And the first wicket falls. Smashers have lost Rohan White.
Yes, I think what did he do there? Because that's a busy area. We know the point area. We kept saying it. I hope they would listen sometimes, because sometimes you put your best fielder on the point. And he was in no man's land. He was down on the ground and just had to take his time, get it in, and off goes those bails with him not even in the frame. Wicket number 1 goes with the score and 1 for 1. So he comes back with a golden, well, it's a golden duck. No, he had 2 deliveries. He covers up the first one up to mid-off. And this time he was looking to get off the mark and left stranded. He was hung out to dry. But I was talking about the fielding and the skipper sacrificing his body to save runs. What about Powell and his catching? Picked up 2?
Yeah, he got 2 more today.
2 more today.
But the last one, he was wringing his right hand in pain, so...
He has a broken hand, broken finger.
Wow. So,
Yes.
not too sure. Well, we'll wait and see if Smashers are going further. Then he'll have to play tomorrow. If Smasher loses today, then Eagles are in. So Eagles, you know, wherever they're watching from, hello Eagles, they'll be hoping that, come on New York, let's do this.
Well, the Eagles have a better net run rate than them.
It could be, well, they have 4 points. If Smashers loses here, remember they're still on 2.
Eagle has 4 points,
Yeah.
or 2 points.
They won.
Oh, yes, Eagles, yes, yes. DC Eagles, yes.
So Javon Seals, who, oh my goodness, another caught behind, and Samra goes with, well, in fact, he's only scored one. And so Javon Seals, first ball, he has induced the edge of Samra, a brilliant catch from Vantal, and all of a sudden it's 2 for 1.
Yeah, it's a good look. Catch outside the off stump, and he was just poking at that one. It was a nothing shot. But the ball carried it. I mean, such is this pitch. That ball seemed as if it was just a loosener.
Yeah, in trouble here, early trouble for them. I got the impression that they bowled extremely well to restrict the powerful New York team to 158. But you look at the card, 1 run on the board, 2 wickets down.
And I was saying that the New Yorkers left a few out there on the turf because with 8 deliveries left out there, we've seen them smashing balls when it comes to the end of innings. But it seems as if they would have had enough from this juncture. We're still in the 2020 match, unlike last night when we would have had the 15 over match. It's a full quota of 2020. We'll just go ahead and hail the boys down there. Milton Taylor and his crew had a good, nice chat with them. And again, I need to have a chit-chat with the park manager as well, because these guys are doing a wonderful job, especially head curator Milton Taylor. He's a staff here. The others, you know, will come in to assist, paid, of course. And I think Mark Kuishu has to take care of that. But I think in their contract, they should make sure that they have the top rather than when they're here negotiating. Should we have 2 guys, 5 guys, or what? Anyway, we're on the lights here. The sun has really gone down after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's been cloudy all day. You would have seen some shots already, but Lenny?
So Akil Dada comes to the middle. And Javon Seals, couple of outstanding play. We saw in the previous over a dynamic save and throw the ball back, and Rohan White was gone. And then when he was given the ball, induced the edge of Samra, a brilliant catch from Vantal. And what looked probably not a big score by T20 standard, 158 is the target. A couple of wickets here from New Yorkers have made sure that they're putting themselves back into the game.
Yes, they've made early inroads into this batting lineup. Rohan, who much was depended on, he was the substitute fielder. He did not field. Substitute
That's a confident shout. Can't see why. Have a look at that. Kept a tad low. Saad Lavai.
yeah, he was playing in the onside.
So Mohammed Saad Lavai, saw him yesterday, got a lot of runs on the offside.
When we thought he was not going to be getting runs on the offside, he proved us wrong here in the com box, Lenny. We have
Yeah.
to suck that up.
Couple of wickets fall already. We've seen one by the run out route, and then we've seen one of the bowling of Javon Seals. Playing a miss, and the ball goes through to Christopher Vantal.
Oh, look at that delivery. Took off. And there was chin music taken high up by the wicket keeper. This is a good pitch.
So it looks like if New York wins here, then they could be, I'm not sure, they could very well, not too sure. I think they'll be the number 3 team. Chicago still enjoying a very healthy net run rate, and they made runs this morning also. So their margin of defeat wasn't anything substantial. In fact, I think they have lost by 17 this morning. So I don't see that their net run rate will take a hit. And so we'll have to wait and see who plays the first semi-final. And I get the feeling that it's going to be the Lions.
They'll
because they've been resting for a while.
For a while, that is true.
And so they could be playing the first game. So it looks like New York, Chicago catchers will be at 2 o'clock. But we'll confirm all that. Down the left side. And a wide signal by umpire Charlie Javid.
Yes, can't afford those. It's early days yet. Although you have made some inroad with 2 wickets, it does not mean that they cannot overhaul the 158. I'm going to keep on repeating it. We have 2 batters out there. It's only, we're just in the second over. Forget about who's gone. Forget about who's to come. Settle down. You have more time than you think.
Yeah, we saw 51 from Sachin Singh. A full toss. And we'll wait and see. In fact, no call from the umpires. And so that's a juicy full toss that the batter didn't get a chance to dispatch. 2 gone, 5 for the loss of 2.
Yeah, he was borrowing waistline, but he's a tall guy. I guess that umpire, I think he was coming down, he was dipping. But Christopher Barnwell, he's going to marshal his troop to try to get into the number 2 spot, I would think. Either way, I just think that 2 and 3 are going to be, like you said, Lenny, the catchers and the New Yorkers. The number 4 spot is up for grabs.
Yeah, we talked about a win here for the New York team. We'll probably give the DC Eagles a look in. But it's going to get interesting if the Smashers are to create an upset here this afternoon. Fahim will continue. And will come into bowl to Akil Dada. We saw a good innings one of the nights from Akil Dada when he batted with Dietmar Anderson.
Yes, in a winning effort, down to the wires.
And we're trying to see if it will be Anderson again asked to do the heavy lifting for this team. Every time they're in trouble, they turn to
Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson. He's been the golden man for them.
That's what I'm saying. It's not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, Anderson have really played well. We saw him getting them across the line the other 2 nights ago, and even last night. He played a good hand, was on a good roll. Let's see what he made last night game. Well, like, damn. Well, I got an 85 the previous night, but he got a runs yesterday too.
Well, 5-4-2. We're into over number 3. Oh, this one is chin music. This one is getting up on him. And it's going to be 1 for the over. That was quite pacey. No slips though. And batters are going to have mid-wicket conference.
Yeah, I looked at the scorecard and Anderson got 28. So he's got among the runs. Yeah, it's good to know that the Yorkers have put a lot of faith in this young fast bowler, Fahim. And so far, he's held up well. Into the onside, running quickly. And they could come back for an easy 2. Good looking shot.
Yeah, relaxing 2. He didn't really get it off the meat of the bat, the toe end of the bat, dragged it into the vacant deep mid-wicket. Square leg had to run to his left, picked up. And the batters had enough time to stop in the middle, have a chit-chat, and then walked in. That's how relaxing that second one was.
So an over that has gone for 2 so far. A couple of balls remaining. Akil Dada. Playing a miss, and it goes through the legs of Vantal.
Yeah, it kept a bit low there on him. I guess the previous 2 deliveries was rearing. This one went through the legs. You have to close your legs, pal. You have to close your legs.
Yeah, good thing he had taken most of the pace off. But wicket keepers are very concerned about a scorecard that read buys because that reflects the keeping.
That is true. And sometimes unwarranted because be some bad bowling going down the leg side and you have to dive. Not a wide.
Oh, dragged on. And so Sad Lavai won't be scoring too much on the offside today, at least in this game. He has dragged one back and 3 down for 8 on the board.
And they have not reached double figures as yet. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Anderson, I guess, going to have to be called upon, and skipper. On the edging into the sticks, and we saw lights, camera, action. So the skipper, Samit, is due some runs. We can't just leave the heavy lifting to Anderson. Now to their own demise. Wickets are falling. Lots of overs. We're still in the power play. Just 3 overs. Could you imagine that? But they've lost 3 already.
Yeah, I thought they did really well to restrict this New York team to 157. Yeah, 157. But now a match is played in 2 parts. You bowl and then you go to bat. And so far the batting has not lived up, Ivor Henry. And when you look at the card, 8 for 3, those are not good numbers.
Not at all. Unless you're playing the lotto and you're going to say 8, 3, and look for some other numbers on here for cash 3, 8, 3, whatever number can we have for the cash 3, 8, 3, third over, 8, 3, 3.
So Javan Seals will continue. Got off to a perfect start to his bowling spell, picked up the wicket of Yuvraj Samra. And before that ball, had accounted for the wicket of Rohan White. Oh, tugged into the onside. That'll be 4. Can't catch a ball that has a very fast outfield here at the Central Broward Cricket Stadium.
Yes, it's a turtleback, you know. It's an ICC approved venue, so of course, when it rolls downhill, it's all one. So you can see the pitch in the middle is up. It's such a beauty when you're running in and you're going up the slope, but then the ball goes down the hill.
So Akil Dada, lovely shot from him, short and pulled through the onside. And now pitched up, driven into the offside. Fielder does well, looks like Margial. And that's a very good stop, saved the boundary for sure.
For sure, saved the boundary. Well, Mark Dale didn't get off today. I had a chit chat with him downstairs after his inning, and I reminded him about the player of the match that he was getting, and he said, "You remember when you were mad that you didn't even get a 6?" Yes.
The ball steered into the offside, and recovery mode here is the Dallas Smashers. They're up to 13 for 3.
Yes, lucky 13. We're going to leave it at that. 2 threes and a 1 on the board, but it should have been 133. That would have been good for them. But it's 13/3. If you're new to the scoreboard, it means 13 runs. They've lost 3 of the 10 wickets.
So Kevin Daly comes in to strike for the first time. Taking on the pad, they're going to scamper through. Could be leg by here, we'll wait and see. In fact, no signal from the umpire, so would have come off an edge.
Yes, there was no shout from anyone. The Seals was more interested in preventing the single.
Yeah, we saw when the Smashers bowled, and we talked about this on com, that out of the 18 over that they bowled, 15 were spin, and only 3 we saw 2 from Darren Powell, 1 from Sishu. Other than that, they flooded this innings with a lot of spin. Oh! He goes under a ball that takes off, and that's a pacey ball.
I'm telling you, I reckon I have to check the speed gun on that one. That was a quick delivery. My word, it took off. The keeper is about 7'2", jumped and still couldn't get it.
Yeah, you're right. Vantal is a very tall keeper. You don't see keepers too tall like that, and he with a leap couldn't pull that in.
Effort delivery, I don't know what the batter would have done him. Bowled that in anger.
So down the leg side, another wide.
2 on the trot, 2 on the trot. A slow delivery. Would have taken some doing to get that ball quite quick. Ali Khan must be licking his chops and saying, "Can we get this wicket for the semi-finals?"
I want to think so. We've been on this pitch for like 2 days, and 2 days will mean 3 matches on one day, and then 2 today. So that's 5 matches played on this pitch. I want to think they'll change and go to the left pitch.
That will
Oh,
be fine.
cut away. That's a lovely shot. Fielder will come around. And just inside of the third man area. And that's a good looking shot from Akil Dada.
No, this is the third match being played on this trip. They used the first 3 matches on the western pitch. So when you came in, it was on this pitch. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yes.
So final ball over that has gone for 13 so far. We've seen 5 wides, of course. And we saw the first ball that was pulled through the onside for 4 off the bat of Akil Dada. Kevin Daly into the onside. A chase here for Earl Henningham. He picks it up now, not after the batters have crossed for 2. So 4 gone, it's 23 for 3. So the action continues. Fahim, 2 overs, no min, 1 for 3, picked up the wicket of Sad Lavai. Good delivery. Akil Dada with a single out in the onside. And hands the strike over to Kevin Daly.
Yes, remember the target is 158. Did well in the bowling and fielding. They would have knocked over the New Yorkers for 157, losing all 10 wickets and leaving 8 legal deliveries on the park. Would they live to regret that? We will wait and watch and we shall see.
So Fahim Baharami's been steady. And sometimes fast bowlers, they don't come with big names, but they come with some very good stock.
Yes, indeed. Well, like I said, this is a launching pad for many. Stephen Taylor comes to mind, and Ali Khan, always. Jermaine Lendo in the umpiring department, and Lenny Archibald in the combox.
So 25 for the loss of 3. Oh, pulled away. A little bit more of an evasive action. This doesn't time it well. When you play those shots, you want them at least some meat of the bat.
Well, I'm going to put myself in there a little bit because of the US Open here. I think I had to work my way into commentating a West Indies game also. So this was the launching pad for me. Thanks to Vinod Manchad as well. So radio commentary, that was. So this has been a launching pad for a lot of us.
So Kevin Daly back on strike. Turned away. Good bowling here from Fahim. Mark Dial runs around. Runs coming by singles here. We've seen Imran Khan getting 5 for 7 last night. I'm not too sure if Steven Sankar is playing here. It looks like the Yorkers have rested 1 or 2 of their top players. No Steven Sankar here. Haven't seen Dexter Sween. And can't see why Dexter Sween can't make the side.
Maybe scoring a niggle or 2. We started on Friday. It's an 8-day tournament, so sometimes you have to just, rest a fielder here, a cricketer here or there, so he can catch his wind. Remember, he's in South Florida. Somebody might have had a night out on the town.
Playing a miss. Vantal takes. Yeah, might have been a situation in which they've tried to get everyone a game, and the Yorkers realizing that even if perhaps they lose this match, they're still in good reckoning with 4 points and could edge out the other 2 teams, that is Smashers and Eagles, based on their powerful net run rate. Remember, they got a lot of runs last night in just 15 overs. So those are the thing that enhances. Cut away into the offside. And they're gonna go for one. And so that will complete the 5th over. So 5 gone is 28 for 3.
It's going to make an interesting match. We're under lights here at the Broward County Stadium. And for those who are wondering, it's after 4. We were under clouds most of the day. No threat of rain though, but the clouds has blocked out the sun for the better part of the afternoon. So that's why we have the lights on. And an improved set of lighting though, Lenny.
Yeah, when I came here first, back in the early days of the US Open 2008, up until probably 2018, 19, that's when they realized that this wasn't the actual approved lighting for major events. It was good for probably, let's say, maybe 50 overs cricket and that sort, but when you're thinking of bringing India and some of the top full nation teams here, they had to work on the lights, and even the square was redone. So now it's an improved facility, fully approved.
Yeah,
and
fully accredited. And I can tell you, Lenny, I would have seen lights here in the morning with lights on from the outside and all around this ground. West Indies versus India. I was like, what in the world? Sun is shining brilliantly, we're perspiring. And they had to bring lights and turn on all these lights. I said, oh my goodness, artificial lights and the sun is there, not good enough?
So Mamchan has been given the ball. He runs in. And ball outside the off stump. Starts with a wide.
Well, the first time he's getting an early bowl, he's been bowling at the back end of the innings. Bowled the last over of the inning when we first saw him. Last night he was given the last 2, 18 and 20. Not 18 and 20 because it was a 15 over match.
Yeah,
no, yes, 18 and 20.
Yeah, fast bowlers are peculiar kind. Going down the leg side, so a couple of wides to start. Fast bowlers are peculiar kind in that while sometimes on come we will say, well, it's a good opportunity for the fast bowler to get the new ball. Some fast bowlers don't like bowling too much with a lot of polish on the ball.
That is true. The swing and pace when the ball gets a little older and you can polish one side. A lot of bowlers like that. Just polish it one side. You can't polish a new ball. They said, man, I just have to depend on hitting the seam.
So Liam will run away from the come box. Will come into ball to Akil Dada. 30 for 3. And that's a good delivery coming into the right-hander. Dada into the offside, and they go through for 1.
Yeah, plays to point. That's a busy area. And I thought he wasn't trusting his arm. I guess there was no one backing up. Don't want to give over to us, so he's not trusting his judgment to hit those timber. But he picked up cleanly, and he ran towards the sticks and made an attempt in his mind to throw, but he never released the ball.
Played into the onside in the region of the long on fielder. But when you look at T20 cricket and certainly the evolution of the game and how bowling attacks are constructed, you can have choices these days as to when or where you bowl, and so spinners are given a brand new polished ball. And like we said, sometimes as a fast bowler, you get a ball that is 15 or 16 overs old, so you've got to be able to use the ball given to you regardless.
Yes, and that's a dot. So Liam Manchan is keeping things in check. And quite a contrast to the first inning when we would have had 15 overs of spin, and now we're having the first 6 of fast bowling.
Yeah, I made mention that Liam has been part of the US franchise culture for a long time. I've seen him at the many opens. I've seen him in Texas. I've seen him in Atlanta. So he's not new to playing cricket in the States. Ball driven into the offside, and Nowhere. Mark Dial will get that, and that goes away for 4.
Well, he picked his spot. He passed the extra cover and split mid-off up in the circle. And Mark DL can just trot just beyond the boundary ropes to pick up. But 4 for the batter. We're in the power play. They've really labored their way up to 37 so far. They've lost 2 wickets, so this is a whip here job for these two. Last wicket fell when the score was on 8. So 29, one partnership between these two.
Yeah, lovely push drive from Kevin Daly. And this one cut into the offside. Imran Khan is the fielder. And another single here for Kevin Daly. So we're beginning to see a bit of a partnership forming here. Remember, they lost a flurry of wickets in the early parts.
Yes, 1 for 1, 2 for 2, and 8 for 3.
So good recovery here. They're going at 38 for 3. So do the math for me, please.
Yeah, partnership of 30. That was not fuzzy maths. That's easy math, right? I would think.
So Akil Dada comes back into strike. Here is Liam Mamchan. And to a ball that is on the stumps. Look at that. Taking one of the stumps out of the ground. Akil Dada falls. Liam strikes. It's 37 for 3.
And he have done that twice. 38 for 4. And he have done that twice. The 2 wickets he have gotten in this tournament on the big square was all done by his doing. From hand to stump. Quite a young man. There's a future for him. He's on the big stage here. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Liam Mamchan, very smart, very clever. No matter how the batter moves in the crease, your job, more than anything else, is to bowl it straight onto the stumps.
That's right.
That's exactly what Liam did.
Well,
Even if he saw movement from the batsman, your job, this is when you aim for the base of middle.
yeah, because once you start your run up, especially as a fast bowler, you have something in mind for that ball. Mid-air, midway through your delivery, the batter start doing something. I think sometimes stick to your plan, you know. And his plan was to bowl a Yorker. He yorked him. He was looking to be too cute. Got across the off stump and tried to work it in the onside. I think there's a future here for this young man. As a matter of fact, he came here with a team from Trinidad, a youth team, played against Canada, and he looked the part. He was a captain, so he has a good head on his body. So it's all about the future.
So the captain, Sami Sadiq, comes to the middle. And no sign of Anderson yet. And we all know when does Anderson, you let loose Anderson. You let loose Anderson when you want him to score quickly, when the game is running out of control. The
And that's-
captain, Christopher Barnwell, comes into the attack.
After the power play, now you can have no more than 5 fielders out of the circle. So 38 for the power play, losing some 4 wickets on the stroke of the power play, losing the 4th.
So Barnwell comes into the attack. Liam finishes up an over in which he picked up the wicket of Akil Dada. And we've seen 4 wickets fall. Here is the captain, Christopher Barnwell. And that's a very good delivery. Good one to start.
Yes, up in the block hole and a dot. Good way to start. The skipper, he didn't do too much with the willow. He watched his side crumbled in the end, leaving deliveries on the park. So now they've got to make up for that. 158 is the target score. Win for the catcher is going to make it interesting.
So Barnwell, ball driven into the offside. It looks like Earl Henningham is the fielder there. And you might be wondering how come I kind of pick out all these players quickly. Well, they're Northeastern player. A lot of these players live on my side, and I do see them during the course of minor league and other private tournaments in that area. And Barnwell is one of them. He comes to New York quite often. And I told you, look at that. Picks the outside edge, and it goes away for 4.
And it goes in an area where I always say, I like my third man. It's a run-saving position.
Well, in fact, I'll go better than what you said. Always put a slip in. Can't go wrong. How many balls we've seen, even in T20 cricket, gone through the slip area?
And people don't realize if you put the slip in, the batter is going to have two minds. Oh, if I played it outside the off stump, I might get an edge. So oftentimes he thinks twice. But no edge, flash hard, get away with it.
So Sami Sadiq gets off the mark with a boundary. Flicked away, lovely shot. Runs here again. Fielder will come around under pressure. And they'll settle for one. So that brings Kevin Daly back on strike.
Needs a captain knock here from Samit. So he gets off the mark looking good, with working one around the corner for the singler. Sometimes you just need to run between the sticks to get that flow.
So 114 remaining to get. That's not a good delivery. A lot of slower balls in this over from Christopher Barnwell.
They took that one out of the page, and the leaf, that leaf is missing from Dwayne's Bravo book. Slow and slower. You've seen him quite a bit in local matches, you said?
Yeah, Barnwell has been part of one of the New York franchise I was very close to in the early days of minor league cricket, and we'll talk about that. Seventh over comes to a close. It's 46 for 4.
If you want luxury but desire smart investments, then let Mac Group guide your property journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in property, Mac Group has you covered. Worldwide, we offer a range of services tailored just for you. Looking for your next home, business, or want to investment? Our residential and commercial investment, we ensure you find the perfect profitable business or property. Our off-plan properties and expert market analysis promise lucrative opportunities. And for property owners, our management services handle everything, so you don't have to. With Mac Group, you're not just getting a service, you're gaining a partner dedicated to your success. Trust, transparency, and a seamless experience from start to finish. Ready to begin your property journey? Visit us at www.macgroup.com and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.
So Imran Khan, the right-arm leggy and googly bowler, has been given the ball. Got 5 for 7 last night. And we'll confirm the record that he's the only bowler in this series to have taken a fifer. And he comes in here, will come into bowl to Sami Sadiq, the captain. And he gets the ball turning into him. So straight away the googly comes in play.
And the busy area man comes in on it, on the point. I hope you're listening, captains, coaches. That's a busy area. You have got your best fielder right in that position.
Sami Sadiq, the captain, picks up another single, and Ivor Henry, we saw when the Smashers bowled, we talked about the 18 or 19 over that they sent down. 16 were from the slow bowlers. Only Darren Powell with 2, and Sishu bowled seam stuff. Other than that, ball was thrown to the spinners.
Well, now we're seeing spin now in operation. Like you said, the only cricketer to get a 5-4, Imran Khan, on the back foot, straight to extra cover, in and out, knocked it down just in front of him.
Yeah, when you look at this New Yorkers team, they've got a few. Mark Dial can bowl some off spin. I've seen him bowl in a lot of T20 games. Haven't seen Steven Sankar, another right-arm leggy, so whether or not he's an impact player, we'll have to wait and see. And then, of course, there's Imran Khan. And we saw a little bit of Ansh Kapoor, but I don't think he's in the 11. So some bowling options for Christopher Barnwell.
Slipper's employed, so you know that's my kind of cricket. Attack with your slip.
Yeah, going down the wrong line there.
Yeah.
Paying a price, and that price you paid, an extra, is added to the scoreboard, and a ball is rebowled.
Yes, double jeopardy, but there's a slip, so it's naughty bowling there.
Yeah, that's where you got to bowl. You got to allow the batter to come on the front foot. Let him drive you. Let him drive you. That is why you've got, what, 9 other fielders on the cricket field. And good chance one will run around once you play the ball flat along the carpet. The 50 comes up for the Smashers. And it comes in over number 8. It's been bowled here by Imran Khan. It's been a very good one for him. And look at that. That's very good bowling. On target. 8 gone, 50 for the loss of 4. Okay, so you lead.
Folks, you have to keep your eyes on the purple. For those who are viewing, it's taking a dive. It started under and is going under and under with 4 wickets. And they're going to have to get above that blue line or stay very close to it. We would have seen under and over. Started under and get over. You're going to take some doing. Barnwell from the far end comes in outside the off stump. He's playing at 1 outside the off stump. There is the 45 on the offside. Now he's going to be sent back to the third man. Might as well. One saving position. So Barnwell is leading this team. They're looking for a win here, and here he is as tight as being in a vice. 2 dots on the trot.
Yeah, Barnwell brings a lot of experience to any team that he plays. Such an active cricketer, complete all-rounder, applies his trade in Guyana, and of course, we talked about his many trips to the United States.
Yeah, this time he comes in and hat-trick of dots. This one played back at him. He knocked it down and again can't score. They're going to need some runs. They're planting dots at this time. Dot, dot, dot. Hat-trick of dots. Barnwell won't mind that. Can be in the number 1 position because that was taken a long time ago by the LA. Oh, naughty. Down the leg side, going further down. Well taken there by the wicket keeper. The LA Lions have already booked and took that spot.
Yeah, with that wide, we've seen 12 so far. And that is pretty high for a game that is only gone in the 9th over.
Oh, look at that. Why would you do that, skipper? It's not a free hit. You have to stand up and bat. And you know, I don't like that. You can play conventional strokes and still get your 4. And that's not his style either. I've seen him made 100 at Max Stadium. Class. It was all class. So why play out of character? I think he gets some pressure from the top crew. When he was yes, working this one around the corner. The Bacchus Skrillex comes in just for the single. Somebody give some field placement here. The third man is beneath us. Point, extra cover, sweeping, cover, and long odds have been set back now. So the 4 guys, they're going to need another one in the circle. Third man comes up into the circle. So Barnwell is going to go full, maybe full on stump, preferably. When he bowls now, this time he's playing this one into the offside. A not good looking shot. He was trying to pull, but the ball rushed him, banged it out to the long off position for the single. So at the end of over number 9, it's 53-4, Lenny. So be reminded, this tournament started on the 12th and it goes until the 20th. Saturday, the curtain comes down. Bolts flighted, sweetly driven into the offside, but it's just going to get the one as puts in the slide. The man beneath us here in the long off position sends a one bounce throw back into Imran Khan, the 5-4, the only 5-4 of this tournament so far. We're going to say what a match. 100 from their batters and a 5-4 when they bowled. Complete all-round match.
And perhaps a US Open record.
Exactly. This is good running between the sticks. A quick two, played with soft hands. Just like I just said, Lenny, sometimes you can just play with your soft hands, get the two, get the four. You don't have to go bang, bang and look ugly or most times hitting the wind. So Khan has been expensive by contrast to his last outing. He's going after him and he's gone big. So the skipper goes for a maximum over in the corner area, Lenny.
Yeah, that's a good shot from Sami Sadiq. You know something big was going to come sometime. These batters are not going to be bogged down too long. And we talked about Imran Khan, the only 5-4 bowler in this series. Well, there have been 7 bowlers who have picked up 4 wicket hauls.
Oh, so close and yet so far. Well, 62 it is. This time he's going in the offside, along the ground. No danger of getting out, other than the run out route. So he takes his tally on to 18. That's the skipper, Samit. He's been willed on to our left. Seems to be one of the crowd favorites here. He's a local boy, Samit. But Imran Khan, other ideas. Flighted on the back foot just for the single.
Yeah, this partnership has gone up to a pretty decent one. In fact, excellent one considering they were struggling at 8 for 3. And now it's gone up to 27.
And a dot to end the over. So Imran Khan not successful in his second try. He bowled 12 delivers and has given up some 15 runs. Not a bad going. So Lenny, what have you got to tell the folks about coming on to the US Open in its 17th edition? Semi-finals is around the corner.
Yes, semi-finals tomorrow. The big question is who plays the morning game. We were speculating that perhaps Lions will have a go first. They're the highest ranked team, and so they should be getting the morning slot. But I don't know how it's fixtured out. But maybe we'll ask around before this game is done. But folks, if you're watching in semi-final time, then tomorrow Lions, it appears, will take on Eagles. We're calling it a little too early, but we're speculating here. These are not official, but probably we've got some better knowledge of what's happening here. So it could be Lions and Eagles, and we will see a return of 2 nights ago in which we saw the New York team taking on the Catchers.
All right, so Liam Manchad is at the top of his mark, and he's going to be bounding in, and he will be bowling to Kevin Adrian, and this is a good delivery up in the block hole. He came down hard in it, and he sends it out to the long off for the single.
Yeah, you look at this New York bowling attack here, and we've seen them use Fahim, Javon Seals, Liam Mamcham now, Christopher Barnwell and Imran Khan. Add in Stephen Sankar, perhaps Mark Dial if he can get a few overs in, and of course Dexter Sween.
As he bounded now over the wicket, and he's cutting, but can't beat point. That's the area you want your best fielder. I cannot emphasize it anymore, because if you don't have that point sweeper, once it passes him,
Well, Javon Seals has really been good. We saw just in the second over, a ball was struck to him and so powerful from Rohan White that he thought at least he would have gotten a single, only to be intercepted. And we saw a very good throw from Javon Seals run out.
Baseball style. He was on the ground throwing it in. Outside the off stump, poking at it. Naughty shot. That's a naughty shot there from Samit. He was poking. We've seen him hit a lovely 6 off the bowling of Imran. Imran is the trump card, having taken a 5-4 in his last time on the square. Not so lucky in his first 2 overs. So Liam with a wicket to his name. Bounds in. Big, strong, burly youngster. And he's going after him. And I think he got it into the offside. He was charging him. So Samit means business, Lenny.
Yeah, it's a good looking shot again, walking down and just trying to flay the arms, free the arms. And when you do that, you're looking for a little bit of width. You're looking for a little bit of bounce. And we talked about how these trips have been playing. Trusted bounce. And batters who have played here long enough would know, I'll come and play my shot, hit through the line, and good chance. I'm going to connect and connect good.
Well, the comeback delivery, let's look at it. He's going after him again, but this time into the onside. He's rolled slowly down to deep backward square leg just for the single. So good comeback by the youngster. Having been whacked out of the park in the offside. Came back with a slow delivery into the legs, turns just for the single. 70 for 4. Again, we want to welcome all Mac viewers listening on the Mac TV. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. We're going to separate the men from the boys. Who gets on the stage on Saturday? Center stage for the grand finale. Liam Manchan this time is into the offside. Was touch and go there. But good running between the sticks. So at the end of 11, it is 73 for 4. So refreshments for the batters, and Darren Powell has been. Now comes the water boy. I guess it's a message in a bottle. That's what it has come down to. This one is worked around the corner for the single. He's finding up in the circle, but cannot prevent the single. So umpire Nazir Charlie has been at it since Friday. A strong man, has got a lot of concentration power. This time he's played to the right of mid-on, to the left of Mark Dial, and they're respecting the arm of Mark Dial, because that went to his left, should have been 2 runs. Is it that these two batters are running out of steam? They've run well between the wickets, and now they ran one that I thought should have been 2. That one is a wayward delivery down the leg side. It's going to be a wide corner signal by Charlie. So we have a bowling change. Stephen it is. The like manner of Imran Khan, bowling from the back of the hand. But it was off the mark. This time he's coming after him, just to the left of him. In the air, Mark Dale puts in the slide, save 2 runs. This time, Samit had to really put the engine on to get down, but Markdale was not interested in a run out. He realized that I've saved 2 and did not allow the ball to go beyond me for 4. So Stephen, and again, here is Markdale. He's been called into the action. That specialist area now has become long off and long on. Most time we have the taller guys occupying those areas. This time it's a loud appeal, but it's not going to be given. Keeper comes out and takes the ball and relay it back to the bowler. So 1 wide. He's been off the mark in this over with 1. Again down the leg side, and the non-striker pulling the batter out of it and saying it's a bye. Guess it was too close to be called a wide. And at the end of over number 12, the latest score is 79 for 4.
So welcome back. 12 of us gone. 80 for 4. Imran Khan, the only 5-wicket haul in the tournament so far. But we've seen 7 4-wicket haulers as we welcome Faisal Iqbal into the box. Faisal, welcome. It's 78 to win from 48.
Yes, thank you very much. 78 from 48. Captain Sami batting on 27. The partnership is building between him and Kevin.
Yeah, 43. Saw they lost some early wickets, but good recovery here so far. So ball played up into the offside, and they're going to go through for 1. And so Imran Khan comes in for his second spell. We saw bowled 2 overs. That went for 14. And now he's been given another throw of the dice.
Or towards the leg side. Looking for 1, coming back for the second. Good running between the wickets by the batters.
Yeah, Kevin Daly and Sami Sadiq. Good running. We saw a good piece of Kevin Daly when he bowled 4 overs, no made 1 for 33. He was quite good. We talked about the many overs of spin when Dallas bowled.
Yes, Imran Khan. He's looking for a wicket. On the leg side. Just for single.
Yeah, this partnership has gone up to 47. Yeah, 48-run partnership between Kevin Daly and Sami Sadiq, the captain. And Faisal Iqbal, they're asking about 10 runs and over. They're going just on the 7, so they'll have to make an effort to close up that gap. Runs required and runs they're scoring now. Yeah,
In a
good.
miss.
Good delivery here from Imran Khan. Closes out that over. So 13 gone. It's 85 for 4. So 85 for 4, 13 overs gone. And so 7 overs remaining here. Faisal Iqbal, but remember, they've got a finisher to come, Anderson. So Steven Sankar will get another ball. And we've seen 2 right-arm leggy in this lineup. Imran Khan and Steven Sankar, well ball delivery, ball hammered down the ground. Mark Dial is the fielder. And we come down to the end here, still 72 to win. And we've seen a partnership that has gone up to some 49 runs. So look at that, massive shot from Kevin Daly. And it's gone for a maximum. Lovely strike of the ball.
Yeah, that was a good shot from Kevin. He saw the ball, gave everything, muscled it out of the park for 6 runs.
Yeah, lovely shot from Kevin Daly. Better ball here from Steven Sankar. And I made the point, Faisal Iqbal, that you've got to watch the smashers here, because they've got a big finisher to come in Anderson.
Sami. Asking for stumping. He was looking for the big shot using his feet. Stood back in the end.
Yeah, see the teams are high-fiving, so they must know a lot better than we do here, Faisal Iqbal. We'll take a look.
Well, he's safe. He's safe. He's got fit foot behind before the lights were on of the stumps. Sami's heart was in his mouth for a moment. As a
Yeah.
captain.
Knowing that it has come at a time in which they have posted 56-run partnership. Still needing 10 and over, 65 to win. Steven Sankar. Yeah, that's well bowled.
He's looking for 2. Good call. Played really well. Sami running hard for 2 runs. He didn't want to get run out again. Good running between the wickets by the batters. Sami leading from the front.
Yeah, he's played some good knocks. I was kind of surprised that as a captain he's come in too late at times. But he's got a big opportunity here to pull one off. So the ball goes out in the onside. Leg by is the call from umpire Charlie Javid. 96 for the loss of 4. And so that essentially means that they need 62 from the remaining. In fact, the over comes to a close. So it's 96 for 4 at the end of 14. So Christopher Barnwell Comes back for another spell. Let's see what Barnwell has done. 2 overs, no win, none for 12. And at a time in which they're asking to go 10 and over. If he can produce some overs, we're still 6 runs in. Different situation now. Then they'll accept that any day.
Yes, Christopher coming from the far end. This partnership between Sammy and Kevin is building strong. 6.86 is the current red rate. 10.30 is required. They need some fire. They're batting really well. This partnership is going really well. Both of the batters are taking singles and doubles, keeping the scoreboard moving. White ball.
Yeah, the partnership has gone up to 60. Bearing in mind, folks, partnership involves all the extras that you get in between.
Looking for single. Good backing from the fielder after the throw.
So they're approaching the 100 mark. Always a big psychological good feeling about that when you cross that 3-figure mark and the countdown begins.
Play towards long off a single.
So 99 for 4. This has been a really good recovery considering they were batting at 3. They were batting at 3 for 8. 8 runs, 3 wickets. And then at one stage they were batting at 37 for 4. But we talked about this big partnership. 62 so far from 2 men out there, Sami Sadiq and Kevin Daly.
Looking for 2. Coming back for second. A good batting by Sami, the captain. He's playing really well.
Yeah, the 100 comes up in this process. 64-run partnership. And it will feel good to move it from 99 to 101. Faisal Iqbal. It looks so better on the scorecard.
Yes, they're really cruising well. Sami, the captain, leading this chase for Dallas Smashers. Four runs. That's a great shot by Sami. Straight hit above the bowler's head to the side screen for 4 runs. No chance for the fielders to stop the boundary. He saw the ball coming in, but straight smashes for
Yeah.
4 runs.
Good looking shot. And certainly those shots come on when you've been there long enough. Sami, you look at the card, he's up to 39. He's been there for some time. And that partnership goes up to 68.
Hit again. Straight. Luckily this time the bowler used his hand to stop it. Saved 3 runs. Hit very hard by Sami.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. If Smashers wins here, they'll go to 4. New York will remain on 4. And we've seen Eagles picking up 2 points, so they're on 4.
Unlucky by the batter and was trying to play the daily scoop. 106 for 4 after 15. 52 more from 30 balls. Chaseable as 2 set batters are at the crease.
And I've got the big man, Anderson, who can give the ball a tap. And he's proved that a couple of nights ago. And still batting to come, Brian Gale. He's another top order batter. Don't be fooled that he hasn't appeared yet. For Brian Gale, Detmar Anderson, Sishu Nimalapuri, he's also a capable batter. And so, New Yorkers will have their work cut out. Bit of discussion here with Barnwell and on the think tank. It looks like they're gonna give Imran Khan to bowl out here. So Imran Khan will finish up 3 overs, no made, none for 20. And so he comes into the attack here and will leave 4 overs without Imran Khan towards the end. But this has been an excellent partnership of 69, and we've seen good knocks from Kevin Daly and Sami Sadiq.
Yes, the captain's leading really well. Sami, number 175 on his shirt. If he stays till the end, this great batting form. Towards the leg side. Single.
Yeah, Imran Khan has gone around the wicket now. Just trying to change that angle a little bit. Faisal.
Yes, coming from the leg side. He wants to. And there's straight towards the fielder. And it's a 4 runs. It was great effort from the fielder. For a moment I thought he caught the ball, but just his balance was out and his palm was outside the boundary.
Yeah, Earl Henningham thought he held on, but you've got to assume control for it to be considered a catch, and in the end saved a couple of runs because it was going for a 6. And so that's the only good part, the silver lining for that one. Now Barnwell replaces him, and Barnwell has gone to the deep. So Earl Henningham has been sent in towards the backward square area. And I wonder why has that been a no ball? Why are they trying to say about the fielding?
Straight toward log on for single. Very unique angle Imran Khan is bowling to both the right-handers. He's using the wear and tear of the pitch on the leg side. Not an easy shot to play for the batters. And out of the park, Sami hit the 6. He saw the ball on the leg side, making room. And the bowler was coming right into Sami's trap. Got an easy pickings to leg side for 6 runs.
Yeah, big shot from Sami. Yeah, when you've batted this long, 82-run partnership, all the shots all of a sudden comes on. And Imran Khan has gone for 13 in this over, still a ball remaining. Kevin Daly on strike.
Between the two fielders, running hard, coming back for the second. Good batting by both the batters. 1-1 for 4 after 16. 37 more from 24 balls. Chaseable.
So it looks like they've called on Fahim to come back in at a time in which they still need just over 9 runs and over. 37 to win from 24.
Yes. Strong position Dallas Smashers are in. Both the batters are batting set. Sami 48 in 37 balls. Kevin 41 in 31 balls. Both of them batting with a brilliant strike rate.
So Fahim will come back into the attack. Let's see what he's done. He's bowled extremely well at the top of the order. 1 for 8 off 3. Sami into the offside. And he goes up to 49.
Yes, a good start from Fahim. Right into the stumps.
So we talked about the point standing. If New York doesn't win here, then they'll remain on 4. And Smashers will move up to 4. DC Eagles is already there on 4. So it gets interesting.
Play towards the extra cover. Long off for single. Kevin Sami need 1 run for his half century. First one for this season.
Yeah, he struggled in the earlier part of the tournament. And now he's beginning to probably peak at the right time. A valuable half century on the cards. 49.
Play towards long on for single. A good knock from the captain. Sami, 50 runs.
And it has come in quick time. Off 38 balls. That partnership goes up to 87. And this has been a tough one for the New York boys to really crack. And an 87-run partnership between Kevin Daly and Sami Sadiq. So a half century for Sami. And it came off 39 balls.
On the leg side. 4 runs. Good shot from Kevin.
Yeah, short ball. I think the slow ball gone wrong. And if you're gonna bowl slow, you've got to pitch it up. On this occasion, Fahim bowling a slow ball with pitched in front of the batsman. He becomes a long hop. And I'm surprised that Daly didn't hit that further down in the mid-wicket area.
Running hard. Pushing back for second. 2 runs. Brilliant batting by both the batters. You have to give credit to both of them. They have played really well. They've built the partnership. Didn't make any silly mistake by throwing the wicket. Both of them supported each other. And Captain Sami is building this partnership.
So the 17th over comes to a close. 18 balls remaining. They need 27 to win. And how many times we've seen Faisal Iqbal, if in 2025 with so much T20 cricket being played and everybody just playing so much T20 cricket, 27 to win from 18 balls have become quite an easy formula these days.
Yes, even in 2020s, I've always said that, you know, with boundaries and sixes, you have to have single and doubles. You have to keep rotating the strike. No, it lessens down the pressure on the batters and put a lot of pressure on the opposition team when they're fielding and bowling.
So Javon Seals comes back into the attack. 2 overs in the main, 1 for 19, 1 for 18. And so he comes back. We talked about the 18th and 19th over. Most games are either won or lost around this period of time. And if he can bowl, first of all, if he can dislodge this big partnership, well, that's a big job. And if he can control this over, we'll see what happens. In the air. And look at that. Gone away for a boundary. Gone for 6
runs. Dallas smashes. Scored his half century. He saw the ball in the slot. Hit straight towards above the bowler head for 6 runs. Beautiful shot by Kevin.
Yeah, good start for the Smashers to the 18th over. We've seen a good knock so far from the 2 batters out in the middle, 100-run partnership. Both batters, of course, as you can see on the scoreboard, both have gotten a half century.
Oh! Javon got the wicket. What New York Yorkers were looking for. Great knock by Kevin. Comes to an end. He's trying to hit hard. And a well bowled by Javon. Gone straight to the stumps. You miss, I hit.
So Detmar Anderson comes to the middle, hero of a couple of nights ago. And batted well last night. He scores very quickly, and if there's a man you want to back to get quick runs, well, the man who's come to the middle, Anderson.
Yeah, he became hero against us, the Vegas High Rollers. He played an amazing innings of 82. Single-handedly took the game away from us.
Yeah, a game in which the Vegas High Rollers has scored over 200. Only to be pulled away from this man. Left-hander. Good hitter of the cricket ball. And he comes in here with 21 to win.
In the air. And he's out on the first ball.
So a couple of big wickets here for Javon Seals, and all of a sudden he's on a hat-trick. We saw a century stand between Kevin Daly and Sami Sadiq. And once Daly was removed, Anderson came and left early. And now it's down to Sami Sadiq and the others to come. Sami is stranded at the other end. And look at that easy catch for Earl Henningham. And all of a sudden, Javon Seals is on a hat-trick.
Yes, Javon has bowled really well in this over. 2 crucial wickets for his team, New Yorkers. And suddenly the Dallas Smashers, after 2 wickets, are a bit in stress. The pressure's mounting now.
Cool.
21 more from 15 balls.
It's going to be a tight finish. It's going to be a photo finish. Well, Anderson was due to fail. He got a total of 85 not out. Went out for 1 ball. That's That's how cricket goes. That's how the cookie crumbles.
Yes, again, you're putting the salt on my wounds. That happened against us, against the Wiggins High Rollers.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. Well,
Javon De Bruyne. Appeal for LBW.
asking for the hat-trick ball, and the umpire is on move, and he signals leg byes.
That looks like a close call. Maybe a height might have saved the batter.
It's a good shout. We'll have a look. Let's have a look.
Yes, it's the height that saved the batter. Going on top of the stumps. Now the pressure on to the captain Sami. He's batting on 50. Playing really well. Needs to cross this line for his team.
Well, we've seen a 50 come and gone, and then the very next ball, Anderson did not contribute. So it's up to the skipper now. He's seen the shoreline. He's seen the dock. Can he dock the ship?
In the air. The fielder coming underneath. And they've taken the catch. Suddenly the game has...
Christopher Barnwell takes the skipper Samit, and I'm telling you, another 50 and gone. What a time to go. Can we think, Captain, the ship is sinking? Well, Skipper Barnwell took a beautiful catch. Had to make the catch. He was dying on him. We'll have a look.
Didn't needed that shot at this time. They just ball to ball for runs to win.
And he said, yes, I came up with it. And he pointed that dreaded finger and he showed him the dugout. He said, your way is that way.
Sami, the skipper, did the hard work, played really well. So close to cross the line for his team.
The New Yorkers left 8 legal deliveries on the park, but it seemed as if they're not going to need them. We were saying they needed to bat all of their overs. They were bowled out neck and crop with an over and 2 balls to spare, but now they're making some inroads into the smashers. It was a good recovery by the smashers, though, because they were really reeling at one point.
Yes, you're absolutely spot on. 2 new batters at the crease. It will be something special either for one team.
Yeah, they need to go over 9 and over to get there.
Play towards the leg side for single. New batsman Faizan in.
Yeah, at one point they were batting at 38 for 4, so they've come a long, long way. Another 101 run difference between losing their 4th wicket and their 7th wicket. But still, game on. I always say you're there, so you have got to wheel the willow. You know what's required. You can look at the board in front of you, plus the spectators and your 12 men. I have to call it 12 men, the fielders who are sitting in the supporters who are sitting in the dugout. They become your 12th man. Sometimes they have to help you lift. The worm is still beneath. We're keeping an eye on the purple line. That's the one that's in contention, and it's still under the blue line for those who are watching the MAC TV. And again, we want to welcome everyone who have taken in this coverage of the 17th edition of the US Open.
Big responsibility on the 2 new batters. Faizan.
Yeah, like we're starting at the top of the inning. One batter on 1, the other on 0.
Christopher, the captain.
Well, the penultimate over.
That's called pressure nerves.
Yes, the skipper has got to hold his nerves. Umpire Moshe would have whispered something with him and saying, let's get on with it. So he's losing his mark, he's missing his mark, missing his run. But he wants to get it right. He wants to be in the big stage. Semi-finals tomorrow.
Yes, the big semi-finals. Faizan towards the extra cover for single. Both these batters needs to go dig deep till the end.
Well, you know, it's the season, it's Christmas time, gifts time. Well, it's the clearance wrap. There's a green tag and everything. Clearance, everything must go. That's where it is. It's come down to this. Barnwell is up into the slot and he's playing it out to wide, long off. Just for the single. So the poles planting is not going to do it. They need boundaries.
Yes, they need boundaries.
Yes, because it's 10 and over. 6 singles going to just give you 6 runs in the over. Every over you need a boundary. A maximum will suffice.
Christopher Barnwell, captain. Dot ball.
Pace off, slow delivery outside the off stump. Taken there by the keeper. And you see hands are going up over here in an inquiry fashion. They're sending something upstairs. What are we asking?
Maybe they're asking for fielders in the ring or
No, it's a replay here.
one of the over. I don't know what they're asking for actually.
Well, let's checking to see if he was over the head of the batter for wide. They need everything they can get into the offside. Again, long off comes into play. And they're going to need more than those singles. Iqbal?
Absolutely, they need a wicket now. And the Dallas Smashers need boundaries.
Simple equation. Hit or get out. Anderson failed for the first time badly, miserably with the Ducks. A lot was depending on him. He stayed in those pads for a long time because of that partnership that was being realized. And when he got on the square, can do no more than to get one delivery.
Inside edge. Luckily, keeper stopped really well on the leg side. It was a difficult stop. He saved 4 runs there.
Yes, it's going to be an early night tonight. This is the last match of the day. We've been having 3 matches a day. Today's going to be 2. Swinging this one into the onside again. Christopher Barnwell bowling to his field has not given up a boundary that was required in this over.
143 for 7 after 19.
With a target of 158. This is going to be the last over. And I think it's silence in the Smashers camp. They need 15 can be done, but we don't have 2 set batters. That's the problem. If we had the 250 makers over there, I'm sure they would have done everything in their work. But you have 2 batters in there. You can't get 15. You have to go from ball 1. Who will it be? Will be bowling this last over? It's going to be coming from beneath us here. So Seals has been summoned to end this, and he's going to look for a 5-er. His teammate has already got a 5-4. Just 4 for 26. Goes in now, bowls. And he's bowled him. He has a 5-er. Another.
5 wickets for Javon. The first 5 wickets in this season's
No, second.
Second.
Imran can.
I beg your pardon. Second 5 wickets this season from in US Open Premier League tournament.
Yes, so Imran Khan would have led the way with a 5-4. And here it is. Javon Seal said, I'm going to probably try to do one better. He has an opportunity to get a 6-er.
Well, both of them are from the same team.
There it is.
Seems like a healthy competition helps the team. New batter in.
So Gale, bit unlucky there. He's a good batter. He's captain of his team, St. Bess, in the local competition here. But he was not able to move the needle when it was required. They're making their way off the park. So DC Eagles is licking their chops. A loss here for the Smashers means that the Eagles are going to be coming up against the red hot LA Lions. So Seals with the tail up, 5 wickets to his name, bowls another dot, so 2 dots on the trot. So these 15 runs are going to be really, really hard to come by. 15 from 4. Can it be done?
Well, Captain Powell on the crease with a massive experience of international cricket for West Indies.
Well, first time we're seeing him on the square. He has bowled and caught well. 4 catches in the tournament.
In the air! It went high up in the air.
Takes the catch. Here is a sixer. The first 6-4 in this year's tournament goes to Javon Seals.
Absolutely, we got the first 6 wickets in this US Open Premier League 2025.
I don't think the umpires are going to see this ball anytime soon. He's going to take this ball and he's going to have to make sure that he gets some autographs on it and said, this is a 6-4 and it's going to be a record. Been here for quite some time. Can't remember a 6-4 in 2020.
That went right up in the air. It was too high. It went very high. It was a difficult catch for the fielder, but he takes it.
Oh, Mark
very
Dale is not going to drop those. I can tell you that. He's too good a cricketer. He's not going to put those down. Mark Dale, one of the century makers in this year's tournament.
That too against us as well.
Yes.
You're constantly putting salt on my wounds.
He smashed you
Iowa.
all over the park. I'm so sorry. I just have to call it for what
This
it is.
season you have been very harsh on me.
Oh, my word. I don't like to hear that. You're my friend and brother.
Every player performance have unfortunately been against the high rollers.
And the high rollers were turned to low rollers.
They'll be better next
But
season.
in good spirit. But what you showed on the park here was good examples, especially in your leadership. I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
And here he's swatting at one outside the off stump, and Devon Seal is in for the kill. There's a 6-4, just in case you missed it. Devon Seal. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know you don't miss a ball. Well, we're getting very, very close to the shoreline now, and it's going to be in favor of the New York Yorkers. They would have knocked the Smashers, they would have smashed the Smashers out of this tournament. You win or go home. This one is going very close to the boundary, about 10 yards in, but can't prevent 2. Well, it's been a good day's play, second match of the day, and we're going to be having an early night leaving the park. Since a certain gentleman came here, we've been leaving the park after 10 o'clock. No name calling, no shame, no monkey game.
Absolutely.
Oh, you see what we did? You threw a stone in the pig pen. The one that squeals out is the one that got hit. I heard a squeal. Well, it's not all good fun. But this one is high up in the air. A man is down there. He's going to get under it. No, it's going to drop just at the shoelaces. So no 7-4. And he's disappointed. Look, he stands there. Hands and hip and saying, I needed my 7-4. Which, in a sense, may very well be a record. Well, game, set, match. Congratulations to another good day's play of cricket. And Lenny, another one down. 2 days left in the tournament. Semi-finals tomorrow and finals. So that's all from us up here in the com box. You have a pleasant good evening.